Well, no, I know
Oh.
where. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gator Nation Field here at 150 Valparaiso Avenue, also known as Sacred Heart Prep. Here on SHP TV, we have an excellent presentation of boys football coming to you between the visiting Kings Academy Knights and your Sacred Heart Prep Gators. Gators are coming into this game at 2-1, having a good win over Half Moon Bay last week in a 37-27 matchup. Kings are coming into this game having yet to let up a point. They've won 58-0 against Fremont and 35-0 against Aptos. So quite a strong defense for the Kings Academy Knights. We will step away for one moment for our national anthem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fourth game of the SHP season here on Gator Nation Field. I am Charlie Van Dyke, joined by your color host, Lucas Moretti.
How's it going?
Lucas, coming into today, how are we feeling about the Gators?
Yeah, Gators coming off a hot streak against Half Moon Bay. They put up some great numbers, great performance overall by running and passing game. And Gators looking to work on ball security, make sure they let up no silly mistakes going against this very difficult Kings defense.
Yes, and as you mentioned, this Kings defense has yet to let up a point this season, playing Fremont and Aptos before this, winning in sizable victories of 35-0 and 58-0. What on Kings, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, makes them such an effective unit?
You know, they just have great talent all around. They have some really exciting prospects, some possible 4 stars or 3 stars on that defense that Gators are going to have some trouble penetrating with. Maxime Morale leading their offense and looking to get him activated early into the game and see if they can catch the defense lacking.
Yes, now as you mentioned, there are plenty of good players on both sides of the Kings ball, specifically mentioning Jaden Flores. You will hear his name a lot this afternoon. 3-star wide receiver according to 24/7 Sports. Standing at an impressive 6'5" and 211 pounds only as a junior. Now, as we've seen in Kings sports previously, especially playing basketball, we know that they have some units out on either the court or the field. So we will see him take off today as Leo Fox, brother of Nathan Fox, will begin us with a kickoff. It's a high one and will fall into the end zone. Great kick by the sophomore kicker over the head of Aaron Duncan. And the first drive will come out for Kings Academy, led by their quarterback, number 5, Ricky Guertes.
Yeah, last year, Kings Academy lost a 3-star Kyle Welch, who transferred to Reardon, who is a key player on their team. He led the offense in practically yards and catches and touchdowns in everything, and interceptions on the defense. So see how that impacts them, but obviously they've had enough depth that they haven't given up any points this season so far.
Yes, as you mentioned, that was a key loss for them in Kyle Welch, but plenty of players on the offensive side of the ball for Kings to compensate with. You will start off with Gutierrez in the backfield and number 24, Drew Martinez. He will get out quickly to Aaron Duncan on the screen pass. He's got a good run and finally forced out of bounds, but not after a pickup of nearly 10 yards. Good tackle by Nathan Fox to force him out of bounds.
Yeah, great job staying in bounds and shoving off Nathan Fox with a stiff arm, but goes out of bounds in the end. You know, I was talking to Maxime Morel, start lead back for the Gators, and he was saying big theme is just having fun with his last and many of his teammates last year together and working together really well. In practice, they've been focusing on, you know, keeping the ball tight, not losing it, having really good cohesion throughout the team, and just bouncing off some great teamwork. So we'll see how that's represented throughout the game.
Exactly, Maxime Morelli, key player on this Gators offense. And that previous play, which looked incredible for Kings to begin it off, will come back with a holding and reset the down markers at 1st down and 18. Twins out both left and right for Gutierrez. He'll drop back to pass, delivering a quick one to Jaden Flores. And a big hit coming in from number 13, Maxime Morelli, to take him down, and only for a gain of around 6.
Wow. Yeah, great tackle by Maxime Morel. Got center there and just took it straight to the helmet, yeah.
Look at those excellent graphics. Big shout out to the entire SHP TV team behind the camera, especially Baron Frolic, our executive producer right now. Excellent, excellent graphic. Look at those.
Would not be possible without them. They're the reason why this happens. Another reason why this happens is due to the support of Issa down at Country Corner and everybody on that team. Stop by and got a sandwich before the game, and make sure to stop by there anytime you're free. Great sandwiches, snacks, best in the Bay.
Now Kings are coming out, trips to the right of Gutierrez with Flores in isolation. And flags being thrown, whistles being blown, and it looks to be a false start against the Kings. Excuse me, a delay of game against the Kings, and it'll back them up 5 yards for a 2nd down and 16.
Yeah, not what you like to see early in the game by Kings. See if Gators can capitalize on this mistake as it's 2nd and 11.
Now that's 2 penalties against the Kings in their first drive already. And you have to wonder, last game we streamed was against SHC, and the reason why they weren't able to take a lead for the majority of the first half was because of their inability to not commit the penalties. Do you think it's going to be a factor in today's game?
Yeah, I mean, flags are always a big factor. Gators been working together, and if you have great cohesion as a team, that won't happen as often.
Gutierrez running on the throwing on the run, and number 10, Stephen Mems could not bring it down for a first down. That would bring up a third down and quite long.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to have 3rd and 16 on your first drive. Obviously, going to expect a long throw here where Gators will set up probably in zone or deep coverage.
The Gators coming out with only 3 linemen of Timote Fangupo, Marquise Black, and Jack Hansen. Gators, they're looking to really defend against this throwing offense, which Ricky Gutierrez and the entire Kings offense has been really dominant this season through the air. Coming out in their bunch formation. They're going to send in motion. Duncan now makes a cut, but eaten up immediately by Marquise Black. Taking him down for a loss of around 1. And it'll bring up a 4th and quite too long to go for it for the Kings Academy Knights.
Wow, great tackle by Marquise. Wrapped him up. Even though they had 3 on the line, able to capitalize on that defensively and now forced to punt.
Now it took a couple more plays than 3, but a 3 and out technically to begin off the game for the Gators. And if they're going to play like that, both sides of the ball for the Gators, they're going to have quite an easy win today, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Grebe for the Gators will be happy with this drive so far.
Not to jinx anything, but a timeout called. Gosh, I shouldn't have said that. You say it's going to be an easy win. Commentators curse.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So forgive me to the boys.
You have to wonder, Charlie, only a sophomore, Ricky Gutierrez, he has 6 TD passes so far, but you got to take into account maturity as a QB. What do you think? How do you think being a sophomore is going to impact him through this game? Will he be able to persevere?
No, I think 100%. You're right. Inexperience and experience are definitely big factors, especially when playing high school football. And it's why we were, I'm not going to say lucky because Max Corson got hurt last year, but why it was so important that Nico got good reps last year for the Sacred Heart Gators when Max Corson sadly went down with a concussion. Max, if you're watching, we love you, and we hope you're feeling better right now. But I think you're 100% right. I think Ricky Gutierrez, he's going to be able to have plenty of experience and a bit of a muff snapped, ticked away, and will be brought in by Charlie Ford, who's immediately wrapped up and taken down, thrown to the ground by number 6, Jaden Kwan.
Yeah, no fair catch taken on that one. It's almost asking for a big hit there, but luckily not too hard of a tackle there. And Gators set up with great. They're set up to have a great drive here. Good yards, only at around the 50 here.
I agree. Great field position for the Gators. Not the best punt from the Kings, but he was backed up into his own end zone. Number 3, David Smith, was forced, who was both their kicker and their punter and a running back and a wide receiver and a defensive back.
Yeah.
He plays, being the true utility man for the Kings. Gators now coming out in their true and their tested and tried and true. What's the phrase? Whatever. Pro set. Nico Poliani under center. He'll give it to Maxime Morelli. Trying to find a gap and pushing through.
Yeah, not given a lot of room to run there by the offensive line, but doing as much as he can, pushed about 3 yards forward, just having to get multiple guys on him to stop him.
Jerome Cruz Meadow and Josh Lee teaming up for the tackle after a gain of around 3 yards.
Some beautiful weather we're having so far here in Atherton today.
Yes, not nearly as sizzling as it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks ago, actually. Excuse me.
It's not what you want playing on hot turf.
Poliani was sent bombed out in motion. They're going to give it to Karros this time, and immediately wrapped up and taken down by the Knights. Number 61, Nathaniel Vagras, able to push through the line and immediately swallow up Cooper Karros for a loss of around 1.
Yeah, Junior Mendoza also helping a lot there, wrapping up Cooper Karros, who has 6 touchdowns so far this season, which with an average of 68 yards a game and 204 overall this season. Hopefully that was just a hiccup in the run game for the Gators, and see if he can match those stats this time out.
After the run from Karros, Poliani fakes the pitch, clearly has an issue. Running towards the edge, flags being thrown, and a great takedown from Aaron Duncan. Nico Polioni, I think a bit of a miscommunication right there from the Gators.
Not sure what happened there. Their flag was thrown before he got hit out of bounds. We'll see what the refs say about it, but Gator offense is staying on the field for now.
Regardless of miscommunication, I mean, that's how a lot of these high school teams in really any sport end up failing. That's why a lot of high school relationships end up failing. Granted, I can't say I've never been in one, so.
You could definitely say so, Charlie. Speaking about miscommunication, yeah, Gators are looking, like I said, Maxime Morel was telling me before the game, they're looking to minimize those as they've been working really hard to work together and limit those penalties. Like we said, it just crushed them here, and then also it crushed Kings in the first drive. So wondering if those will be eliminated as the game goes on. So punt team comes on.
Punt formation coming out for the Gators. Nathan Fox, brother of Leo Fox, who kicked off to begin the game, was hit just around the 45-yard line. High snap. Fox has to get it off. Not his best punt, but definitely going off his back foot, and it will drop.
Wow.
Excuse me, that might have been one of his best punts.
Never mind, yeah. Snap way over his head, had to readjust, catch it, and with pressure on him, and it goes out right around the 5-yard line. Amazing play by Nathan Fox, who's not only a punter, but also a wide receiver for the Gators. As well as a defensive back, pretty sure. Gators love to have their players play multiple positions on both sides of the ball. Modern comparison could be Travis Hunter, you could say.
You could say.
Could say.
So a first down and 10 for Kings Academy, backed up to their own 4-yard line. Will Kings be able to get a first down this time, or is the Gator defense going to be able to come up and stuff them again?
Yeah, obviously not where you want to start. First play of the drive within your own 5. Let's see how they come out here.
Fumble down on the ground. And the Gators, after one play, will take it right back. Drew Martinez could not handle the handoff from Ricky Gutierrez. And Gators will get the ball back with excellent field position.
Yeah, I believe that was Alberts, the center for the Gators, picking up that fumble. And, I mean, nothing's been going for them today. First handoff, QB did nothing wrong, but he just couldn't grab onto it. Not a lot of pressure either. Wow. Crucial mistake as the Gators are now on the 4-yard line. See if they can capitalize off of this crucial mistake.
So now after the crucial mistake, as you said, Gators will come out again with Karros and Morelli in the backfield. A comparison to Thunder and Lightning of Reggie Bush. And
flag.
My goodness.
Wow.
Number 24, Drew Martinez, will false start again. Now, can you only imagine that fumble is still rattling around his head and probably why he wasn't paying attention to the snap count.
Yeah, he's definitely going to hear it by his coach. And on both sides of the ball, Kings have just been battered down by penalties to start the game. And, I mean, if this goes on, you have to say there might not even be points scored on the board for them.
So half the distance to the goal will end the Gators up on the 2-yard line. I can only imagine the Gators are going to try and punch it in. Morelli and Karros in the backfield again. They're going to give it to Morelli. Charging through, pushing. Does he have the body? Of course.
Touchdown.
The truth, he does.
Yeah, great determination by Maxime Morel to keep pushing through the line and score there. You know, not a lot of yards he had to run there, given a real layup by the Kings defense there, but overall great job by him.
100%. Maxime Morelli able to push through, as he's commonly known, nicknamed by Jack Garlinghouse and Charlie Scully, the truth, showing why he is nicknamed that.
Here's Nathan Fox for the kick.
Snap good, hold good, kick up, away, and good.
Straight down the middle.
Nico Polioni on the hole. Nathan Fox with a great kick to start out the game for the Gators, 7-0.
Yeah, picture perfect start, you could say, for the Gators. Great stop early. And even though they ended up punting, they got it back immediately and scored. What do you think is important here for the Gators to keep working on both offense and defense in order to ensure they don't slip away with this lead?
Now, right now, I think because you're coming back on defense so quickly after you just scored and you picked up that fumble, you have to be able to keep the pressure on. You can't let up this early in the game. Now, you might some of the players might be walking out there thinking that this offense is not one to be reckoned with. But as you and I both know, that there are plenty of weapons on this Kings offensive side of the ball, and they are not a team that gives up easily. And I will say, though, that is the first points Kings has given up all season. That is the first points Kings have given up all season. So I think, regardless, Gators, that's an excellent feat to walk away from.
Yeah. I mean, going off star-studded offense, you could say, Jaden Flores, they're going to look to activate him even more in this game and see if they can rely on their captains and big players to push them through.
Another great kick from Leo Fox. Aaron Duncan will take it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Kings offense will walk out for the third time today already, having put in up 0 points and not even touching the Gators side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
So after the one-play fumble, Drew Martinez and Ricky Gutierrez in the backfield will come on out to try and avenge their past mistakes. Tight formation for Kings. They're going to give it, and a flag thrown. Almost immediately, another flag for Kings.
Yeah, wow. I mean, you could almost say, it's on
us.
Yep,
Excuse
it's on us. So both teams being heavily impacted by penalties. It's honestly been close to more fouls called than plays ran at this point.
And rather than Drew Lee in the back, it will be number 9, Jonathan Carlillo Contreras. Trips out right for Gutierrez. Flores in the ISO position. He'll going up against Alex Ford. Screen pass over to Aaron Duncan. He's got a good block. He's got a little bit of room to run. And finally taken down by number 17, Charlie Ford. And a new first down for the Knights.
Yeah, there's some yards now for the Kings. Let's see if they can get this offense accelerated and not have to worry about penalties at this point. It's honestly something you can't really coach, penalties. I mean, you can always emphasize it, but when this many penalties happen this early in the game, you just have to put it on the players.
Now we've seen refs here before call games really tightly, especially in that SHC one. Twins out both left and right. As motion will come over to the left for Adrian Barnett. They're going to hand it off to Contreras this time. Not able to find a gap and being taken down with a hard hit from Atalaya Tao.
Yeah, just wrapped up. That Kings offensive line had a lot of pressure coming on by Marquise Brown and the rest of the Gators offensive line, and not a lot of room there to run for Kings.
Maxime Morel will be recorded with the tackle on that one. Only a gain of around a yard and a second down and 9 coming out for the Kings Academy. Twins out both left and right. Again, Gutierrez in the gun formation. He'll drop back to pass. Looking. He'll get it to Flores. Nearly intercepted, but just gets spat and taken down by 3 people.
Yeah, great job by number 11, Aiden Kahn. Almost gets the interception and able to work back to finish off that tackle. You just love to see it.
Now he could smell that ball. That was hanging up there for just a little bit too long.
Risky ball, honestly. It was his first read, but able to get it off quickly.
After the play, and the tackle from Aiden Kahn, it'll bring him a 3rd down and 2 for the Knights. Coming out in their tight formation.
You have to, 2 linemen in motion here.
They're going to give it to Contreras this time. Can he find the gap?
Wow.
No, he cannot. Great takedown and a tackle for a loss by Maxime Morelli.
Yeah, what an asset he is for this Gators offense and defense.
And when things are going this well, there can only be one reason why. It's because he's eating a Country Corner sandwich brought to you by Bob's Country Corner.
Yeah, honestly, it's the reason I've been able to feel very well this afternoon commentating stop by, grab myself a sandwich as well.
Maxime Morelli been all over the field already, recording that touchdown and a big tackle for a loss to force the punt team out for the Knights one more time. High snap this time, over his head. Sprinting back to get the ball. Martinez will pick it up.
Yeah. Holding foul called on Kings as number 6, Nathan Fox, was trying to wrap over that ball, and he was held back by the defense to get there.
And a bit of a late hit will leave David Smith, number 3, the punter, on the ground for one more moment. Athletic trainer out. We're going to step away for one moment as we assess the injured player. We will be right back here on SHP TV. Now welcome back to Gator Nation Field. The injured player, David Smith, is okay for all those watching at home. Late personal foul on the Gators will back them up 15 yards, but they will take over possession on the ball on the Kings Academy 27-yard line.
Yeah, once again, even with that personal foul that moved them back 15, some wonderful field position here for the Gators, looking to punch in another 7 and get an early lead, a dominant one as well. Late man running on to the field for Kings.
Poglione under center. Morelli and Caros in the backfield. Send bomb down in motion. Poglione rolling out to his right. Immediately taken down. Number 24, Drew Martinez. Making up for that fumble earlier, and a foul called against Jen Flores running into the Sacred Heart bench.
Yeah, many late hits, some commotion going on around the Gators sideline. Mixed players, and Gators looking happy with that call, but must have been a missed block or some sort of miscommunication by the Gators, and he was really given no room or time on that one.
Aiden Mexicano, the one who will be charged with the foul. You can see him on the far side of the field walking off.
Yeah, once again, multiple flags per drive from both teams. Hopefully this theme won't carry on throughout the rest of the game, or I'm sure both teams will be having a talking to by their coaches at the end of the day.
So after the personal foul against SHP, it will back them up another 15 yards to bring up second down at around 25.
Yeah, really not something you want to have. They started off with still really good field position around the 25, and now all the way back to the 50 practically. And hopefully they can get something started with a lot of penalties disrupting them.
And my goodness, that looks like quite the hefty drive. Definitely a little bit more.
Wow.
It's a second down and 35, not a 25, second down and 35 for the Gators now. I mean, Nico Poglione and Coach Grieb are going to have to pull out some really incredible play calling right now to be able to shorten this distance to the field, to the goal line. Poglione dropping back to pass, receives a block, rolls out to his left, has to get it off, throws it all the way out to the sideline to avoid taking the sack. But it will bring up a 3rd down and 35.
Yeah, well, you had to know the pass was coming on a 2nd and 35, and the offensive line honestly did some really good jobs blocking there, gave him some time, but just no open receivers downfield for Nico Polioni, and it will set up a very difficult 3rd and 35 here for him.
I mean, Lucas, if you're Coach Grebe right now, like, what's your play call? I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do to shorten this distance. I can imagine they want either Leo Fox or Nathan Fox to walk out there and try and walk away with 3 points.
Honestly, at this point, yeah, you're just looking not even for a 1st down, but just to get in field goal range. Coach Grebe honestly has more experience playing football than I do, so we'll see if he has any tricks in his sleeve.
They're going to hand it to Delinko now for his first carry, and he will be walking for a ride. Taken down finally by number 8, Aiden Mexicano, after a gain of just around 9, I'd want to say. But it's definitely not going to be enough to put the Gators in a field goal position.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great idea. You know, the defense definitely set up for a long pass, but still unable to get into what you'd assume be high school field goal range. We'll see if the Gators maybe will try a trick play. As you know, Coach Grebe. Coach Greaves loves some trick plays. So
he does.
You never know with the Gators. It's one of their bright spots on offense and special teams.
Nathan Fox set to receive for the Gators. Number 1, Aaron Duncan in the back to receive for Kings. Fox, better snap this time. High punt, looking towards the sideline. Duncan will come down with it around his own 5-yard line. Switching back on the field. Can't be taken down by Teddy Watson. He's got more room to run. Finally thrown down by Wyatt Staley, but he is trying his best to stay up. And a good effort by Aaron Duncan to return it for around a 20-yard gain. Put the Kings on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, great offensive determination. You see his burst of speed to get out of the middle of the field there. Tries to break free, still going and still wrapped up. There was some pushing, shoving, and holding between, which I believe was Wyatt Staley and a Kings player, but no flag called. And now they'll be set up around the 20-yard line. 25, excuse me.
Coming out 1st and 10, Ricky Gutierrez on another attempt to try and put some points on the board for the Knights. They've been held scoreless through the first so far. Trips out left for Gutierrez, and he looks like he will sit in the backfield alone. Neither Jonathan Carlillo Contreras nor Justin Turner will sit back to help him.
Wow, 5 receivers lined up. 4, excuse me. Too many men on the field.
We'll get it out. Immediately, Adrian Barnett. He's able to get some yardage, but great takedown by number 2, Cooper Karros. Coming in with a big hit against the famed basketball player who, if you've been watching SHPT streams for a while, you will know that the Kings Academy basketball game, which did not go SHP's way, Adrian Barnett and his brother Xavier were big names in that game.
Yeah, just amazing, both on the field and the court. And as you saw there, a lot of raw yards after catch there. He was given a lot of space. You'd assume Gators lined up in zone there, but just something they need to be working on this game is shutting down the passing game for the Kings, because that's something they're very dangerous in.
Adrian Barnett did limp off the field, looking like some sort of left calf injury, something to his leg. Regardless, Gutierrez now in the gun formation. He's going to hand it off. Martinez, he's got a little bit of room to run, and finally taken down by Maxime Morelli, but not after a gain of around 7 to bring up a very manageable 2nd down.
Yeah, some slips there defensively by the Gators, a couple of them falling over, but looking like a more promising drive here for the Kings. Not a lot of penalties nor negative yards yet so far, and hopefully I won't jinx that for them here. Sun is starting to beat down a little bit. There is a little bit of a cool breeze around here in Atherton. See if this game gets a little more sluggish as it goes on.
Some say it's sizzling.
Some would say that.
2nd down and 3. Gutierrez will take it. Trying to push it through. Martinez. I think he will just push over the 50-yard line, which was the goal for the 1st down. And a new set of downs will be picked up for the Knights. But a good overall defensive play by number 66. Albertson Center Real.
Yeah, and great job by Hunter Delinko on that Gators defense to break free from that Kings offensive line and help stop the Kings back. 1st and 10 here for Kings.
Trips out left for the Knights. Number 10, Stephen Mems will stay alone. They're going to get it out to Jaden Flores. He's got a little bit of room to run, but finally forced out of bounds. And he'll be able to pick up nearly a 1st down. Good takeout by number 2, Cooper Caros.
Yeah, just tiptoeing along that Gators sideline, able to stay in bounds for a few extra yards and get them one step closer to their end zone.
So a gain of 8 for the Kings Academy by Jaden Flores. Currently ranked as a 3-star on 24/7 Sports. Looking at a lot of D1 offers. Pursue his football career outside of Kings Academy in the coming years. Gutierrez now. He'll hand it off to Martinez. Martinez taken down by Maxime Morelli, but not after a gain of around 8 yards and a 1st down for the Knights.
Yeah, we've seen multiple times in each drive Maxime Morelli coming up big, both offensively and defensively for the Gators, and you just have to wonder where they would be without him. You know, such a great guy. As a captain, a great teammate, a leader, and player for the Gators, as he did transfer a year or 2 ago from Los Altos.
Trips out right for Gutierrez. Flag thrown. It's going to be a bit of a miscommunication. In Barnett will come up with it. And a great takedown from Cooper Caros. And number 6, Nathan Fox. But I appear to be on the far side of the field. Men were not set. And it's going to back the Knights up around 5 yards.
Unfortunate. Some flags impacting them again. He was given a lot of space wide open in the middle of the field with Gators just sleeping defensively, but luckily they were thrown a lifeline with that one as the Knights are moved back to the 30. We've seen here, this didn't look like at the beginning of the game, but now the Kings are able to develop their passing game a little more, and you just have to assume that if they keep getting the space, they're going to keep doing it. And Gators and Coach Grebe are going to have to adjust somehow defensively to stop it.
So a 1st down and 15 will come out for the Kings. In motion, Gutierrez will step back to pass. Quick shovel pass, caught by Justin Turner, but immediately thrown down by Maxime Morelli for his 2nd tackle for a loss today. He has been all over this Kings offense.
Yeah, could almost call him everywhere, man, with how much he's been impacting the play. And honestly, surprising that he was able to catch that for Kings, and he looked, as the ball was being thrown to him, just able to avoid a fumble, as now it's looking to have a long 2nd and 23, for Gators as the 1st quarter ends.
So as the 1st quarter comes to a close, Gator defense has been the storyline today. 7-0 in favor of SHP. We will be right back here on SHP TV. Don't go anywhere.
Quarter was strong for the Gators, but the Kings Academy looks pretty strong. Carlos, what do you have to say?
You know, there were a lot of crucial penalties against Kings Academy. Big fumble on their own 4-yard line really set them back, followed by another penalty to get the Gators even closer for a Maxime Morel touchdown. That was really huge for the Gators. Really the only offense they've been able to create all day. Yeah.
Yeah, the muff punt by Kings Academy really set them back. They just should be more careful with the football. It's a strong team, and they have a couple very good players, so I think they'll have a better rest of the game. Back up to you.
Why, thank you very much, Henry and Carlos down on the sidelines. Always love to see the sideline cams coming back out for football games. Thankfully, they weren't getting in the way of the sideline. We're going to go into our new drum line now and our cheer section for the SHP Gators.
Yeah, you love to see both Pulse, I believe they're still called that.
Yes, they're called Pulse.
Pulse, and the drum line showing support, as well as the massive Gator student section.
Throw over Adrian Barnett, just out of his fingertips. Good throw from Ricky Gutierrez, just a little bit high.
Yeah, almost an interception there for the Gators for number 6, Nathan Fox. If that he had tipped that a little more, but a scare here for Kings as they start off the second quarter.
Now, if he caught that, it would have taken a big chunk out of this third down and 23, but it remained out of that second down and 23, but it now remains third down and 23 for the Knights.
Yeah, nearly what you call a hospital ball there by the Kings quarterback, and you'd have to assume if he had caught that, there was a big hit lined up by Cooper Karros there.
A little bit of miscommunication, some motion on the field for the Knights. Trips out to the left, and a timeout called. Now you can see Adrian Barnett, he was in isolation against Charlie Ford. Now that's definitely going to be an interesting matchup today. Both Jaden Flores and Adrian Barnett on the Kings side, and Alex Ford and Charlie Ford on the defensive side for the Gators. Both very strong wide receivers and defensive backs. Those are definitely matchups to watch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you'd have to assume that both Kings players are bigger assets to have, as you know, having 4 3-stars, and Gators are gonna try to avoid that isolation to have a one-on-one there the whole game, you'd have to assume, because Kings can lead to some dangerous things coming. Water Boys running off the field as Kings offense try and get this game going.
Don't call Bobby a water boy. Bobby's awesome. I love Bobby. We all love Bobby here at SHP TV. Big shout out to Bobby. So now after the Kings timeout, Ricky Gutierrez will come out with trips to his left, dropping back to pass. Pressure closing in, and caught by Jaden Flores.
Wow.
Who's taken down by Alex Ford. That matchup that we mentioned earlier. And nearly intercepted by Alex Ford, but good job for him to get back and make that tackle, or else that would have been a lot of yards after catch for Jaden Flores.
Yeah, I almost thought that was intercepted for a minute there. He's able to spin and bring it in and avoid an interception by Alex Ford, which would have gave the Gators even more momentum and try and stop this drive that Kings have been using. They're slowly inching down, first down by first down, and they're approaching Gators touchdown.
So the Kings will not send out their kicking unit. They will run with Ricky Gutierrez, who fires immediately. Caught by Adrian Barnett for a gain of around 15 yards. And the fourth down go for it call by Dante Perez was worth it as the Kings close closer and closer in to dangerous territory.
Yeah, very ambitious to start the game in just the beginning of the second quarter with the fourth down play, but wide open, and a great tackle by Nathan Fox to avoid even more yards given up.
So similar formation as it was to last time. Trips out to the right of Ricky Gutierrez. Jaden Flores will stand in isolation against Charlie Ford on the far side. Ricky Gutierrez, he'll throw immediately to Flores. Taken down by Charlie Ford, but he is staying up, and fighting and twisting and turning for every yard he can muster. A gain of just around 10 yards. And it'll bring it up for a new first down and goal on the Kings, on the Sacred Heart Gators 5-yard line.
Yeah, just spamming the spin move on that one. Looked like a tornado out there almost. Able to brush off many Sacred Heart Gator defenders and get some extra crucial yards as they line up around the 5-yard line.
Now, as mentioned earlier, that's going to be a key matchup in today. Jaden Flores versus Charlie Ford, a junior versus another junior. Both looking excellent this season so far.
Yeah, definitely a matchup to look out for the rest of this game. This Gators home section, these parents are really cheering their team on, getting them hype.
Gutierrez facing immediate pressure, has a bit of a hole, but taken down. Another hard hit by number 12, Teddy. Number 2, Cooper Caros.
Yeah, it seemed almost like a face mask. Apparently not, but a big tackle to stop the momentum on that run. It's beach theme out here for the Gators student section. See a lot of good school spirit here from the Gators.
Definitely a larger student section than SHC.
I'm wearing swim trunks and flip-flops myself.
I'm wearing some trunks and flip-flops myself.
Oh, appreciate your outfit, yeah. Nice.
Feeling great out here at Gator Nation Field. It's always a good time out here in Gator Nation Field. Gonna go immediately to Justin Turner, trying to force his way through the whole swamp. Coming in and stopping Justin Turner. He can't muster a yard if he tried.
Yeah, I mean, defense for the Gators are really hyped up now. Aiden Kahn even jumped on top of that pile after it was basically dead, just putting everything he can to stop the Kings. And you'd have to assume that they might want to look to throw here, as these runs have not been working deep into the red zone.
Direct snap to Justin Turner. Went nowhere, so a third down and goal on the 5-yard line. Ricky Gutierrez will come out with trips to his right. We've seen this formation a lot from Kings. What can they able to muster out of it this time? Gutierrez now. High one. Looking to the back. Barnett! Caught! Touchdown!
Oh, wow, what a catch there from Adrian Barnett over the head of Charlie Ford. As we were saying, this is a big matchup we wanted to see, and Adrian Barnett able to come out on top of this one with a highlight reel play there.
That's definitely a momentum swinging play right there. Adrian Barnett showing why he's both a unit on the basketball court and the football field.
Yeah, you see Get Sports Focus, the high school sports media program out here on the sideline. Hopefully got a clip of that one, as I'm sure I'll see on Instagram Reels later today.
And a false start on the PAT. It's going to back him up 5 yards. Jason Poonen is going to walk out there for the PAT. Oh. Number 1, Aaron Duncan to hold. Snap good, hold good, kick up away, and low, but good.
Yeah, just barely creeped over the bar there. As you see the Pulse Dance team practicing for their halftime performance that they will be doing, I believe, here for the Gators home crowd. And now Gators, unable to muster anything on their last drive, will be looking to hopefully get some momentum in both areas, offensively, running and passing. What do you think? Who do you think they're going to be able to utilize in order to get some yards this next drive?
I think, as always, it comes down to Maxime Morelli and their running game, with the incredibly strong line that they have, led by Jack Hansen, Jack Kenish, and so many other great offensive linemen for the Gators. Now, linemen, it's not one alone on the offensive line. It's one in a team, and that's one thing that the Gators really do have. They have quite an incredible team sitting in front of Nico Polioni and their running backs. Jason Ponen, who just kicked the extra point. He will set up for the kickoff. Cooper Caros and Nathan Fox all the way back near their end zone to return the kick. Be a short run up and a low line drive kick to Nathan Fox. He'll haul it in. And a big hit, and being finally taken down. Number 2, Adrian Barnett on that tackle. No, excuse me, number 24, Drew Martinez.
Yeah, I could hear that hit from here, but Nathan able to stay on his feet until the rest of the cavalry arrived, take him down, and as Gators look to capitalize this drive.
First and 10 Gators on their own 28-yard line.
So now Gators, they've only been able to capitalize off the fumble back early in the first quarter. Does Nico Polioni and Mark Grebe have an answer for this incredibly strong Kings defense? Bomdad in motion. They're going to give it to Bomdad on the jet sweep, trying to find an end around. He's got a bit of a room to run, and he's forced out by Drew Martinez, but not after a gain of around 9 yards. And a 2nd down and 1 being brought up for the Gators.
Great way for the Gators to start this drive, showing all of the players they can use to their advantage.
And look at that. We are moving now to Country Corner just down the street. And the live Country Corner cam. Now, I feel like we've seen them make this sandwich before. It's an incredibly good sandwich, I will say.
Yeah.
I've ordered it myself.
Pretty sure I got the same one. Look at that placement of the turkey. A big mound of that on the sandwich. And that's what you pay for as they put some cheese on that beautiful looking sandwich.
Of course, it's always beautiful at Country Corner. They're going to send Bomdad in motion again. They're going to give it to Morelli this time. Trying to punch his way through. And taken down nearly immediately.
Yeah, you have to give Sasha Bomdad some credit. Really sold that fake handoff. Great acting skills, but unable to help the offense with that one as 3rd and 3 comes up.
Now Justin Turner on that tackle, number 0 for Kings Academy. Rated a 4-star linebacker by NorCal Elite 100. He has been an integral part of this Kings defense. Show you right there why. He's able to move past the blocking immediately and hit Maxi Morel with a big hit to stop any gain. Polioni. He's going to give it to Karros this time. Immediately taken down, Justin Turner. So nice, he did it twice. Tackle for a loss of around 3. And the punt team is going to have to come out for Gators again after another 3 and out.
Yeah, 5 guys standing over Cooper Karros. They're wrapping him up. And you heard some yelling by the sideline of Kings Academy. Maybe they've watched some film as it seemed like they were anticipating a run on that play.
Loss of 1, 4th and 4.
A 4th down and 4. And Nathan Fox will get set to punt again.
Nathan Fox is set to punt for the Gators.
Definitely not an area on the field where you'd look to be taking a fake punt on this one.
High snap, Fox brings it in. Aaron Duncan will return it for Kings. But bit of a short one. And it'll be touched by Jimmy Levy to call it dead at around the 42-yard line. There's a birdie on the far side of the field being thrown.
Yeah, hopefully that'll save the Gators, give them some extra yards, as not as long of a punt as you would hope for. Ref's still figuring out the call around here. Ref being talked to by 3 of the Gators linemen, wondering if they're not very happy with that call.
And a foul will be committed on Kings. And a 1st down. No. Excuse me. I swear he pointed that direction. Did.
Well, yeah, they're moving Kings back.
They're moving Kings back. It will not be a 1st down. There's a holding call against the Knights. They will start on the 33-yard line to try and take the lead on this next drive.
Extends the length of that punt just a little bit as the Gators, with only 5 minutes, 37 seconds left on the clock this half, will be looking to slow this offense down and get into halftime without conceding more points, hopefully.
Now, if you remember SHP, it is key that the Gators hold on through halftime. They were leading. They thought they were going to go into the halftime leading against SHP, but they let up a touchdown within the last minute and 17, and it really let the game get away from them. Gutierrez. He's going to get it immediately to Duncan on the screen pass. Charlie Ford needing to make a tackle. He will. And a gain of just around 1.
Yeah, great way to start off this drive defensively for the Gators. Great defense, and see if they can keep this up this drive.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7.
long huddle out here for Kings. Gators defense getting hot waiting around here on the field.
Trips out left for Gutierrez. Barnett in isolation. He'll drop back. He'll hand it off immediately to Martinez. And a gain of just around 2 to 3 yards. Brings up a crucial third down for both of these teams.
Yeah, another trips formation for Kings, trying some trickery offensively, acting like they were going to throw, and looks like it didn't work as Gators were able to limit that run with only a gain of 2.
Now what you will notice is that when they are in that trips formation with isolation out to one side, they will send one of their linemen to go guard the man in isolation. Now in that case it was Timote Fangupo.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely part of the plan with that man in isolation, as he's definitely got a speed advantage, and we'll see it if they can utilize that later in the game.
They're going to hand to Martinez one more time. Trying to be immediately taken down. Ford will miss the tackle, but finally being pushed out of bounds. Great hit from Nathan Fox to limit the gain and bring up a 4th down for the Knights.
Yeah, just barely able to limit a first down. Multiple men missing him. And now we'll assume that Kings will be able to force the punt here with 3 minutes 48 seconds left on the clock. See if Gators can capitalize and get a couple more points on the board before they go out for half.
Charlie Ford will be in the back to return. And I believe what is a new punter for Kings.
Yeah.
Number 13, Nate Westcott, coming out to punt for the Knights.
The sophomore.
And a high punt again. He's going to have to pick it up. He'll get another punt off, but it's low and rolling. And Nathan Fox will hop on it immediately and go down. Now it's not the best result of what could happen during that play, but Nathan Fox, great, smart play to hop on the ball immediately and just go down, not take any hits, not risk a fumble of the ball, and Gators will retake possession with more great field position.
I mean, you could argue that was a bit risky for Nathan to dive on the ball there. If he didn't end up catching it, could have deflected off of him with a lot of Kings defenders around him and could have ended up a lot worse for the Gators. But we've seen that twice now with long snaps over the punters' heads. It's a real problem that you don't really see being an issue for multiple teams. Definitely one that they will be working on next week during practice.
So after another high snap and a mistake from Kings, it'll bring out Nico Polioni with twins to both his right and his left. Bomdad in motion. And whistles being blown.
Yeah, sending Bomdad in motion again. But looks like it's a water break.
I think it's just a timeout against Kings. That'd be cool. We have a Mark Griebkem now. Look at that.
Wow.
Famed chemistry teacher, arena football player, and legendary head coach of the Sacred Heart Prep Gators, Mark Grieb.
Yeah, I believe he has the highest passer rating all time of all quarterbacks in the Arena League, which is pretty stat. A pretty good stat. I would flaunt
That's
it.
an incredible stat. I believe he was inducted into the Arena Football Hall of Fame.
Really?
I believe he was, yes.
Yeah, great accomplishment for him, and lovely for the Gators football program to have him on their coaching staff.
Now, along with great coaches on the Gators coaching staff, new addition this year, Coach Brian Bold. I've talked to multiple players on the team. He's been one of the most excellent coaches that they have ever had on this team. And they say he's such a personal and tough coach, but knows exactly what he's talking about when it comes to football. So Gators will come out in the same formation after the timeout. Bomdad in motion. They're going to hand it to Morelli this time. He's forcing his way through. He's got a good run. And finally taken down, number 84, Mendoza recorded with the tackle. But not before a 7-yard run will set up a very manageable second down for the Gators.
Yeah, nothing fancy with that, as you see with Maxime Morel's run game, just plowing straight through, right to the point, and able to give Gators some really important 7 yards in this drive as they're around the 35-yard line, 36.
3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining for the Gators to try and capitalize off this great field position. Same formation as last time. Bombed out in motion. He'll go the opposite direction this time. They're going to hand it to Morelli for the second time in a row. And it's a short run, but it's a good run, and it's good enough for a new first down for the Sacred Heart Gators.
Yeah, some shoving by Nathan Fox with the Kings defense. Tensions are rising as this game goes on. We'll see how that impacts both sides of the ball.
Well, I don't know if you consider these teams of a rivalry ship, but it is true that Gators were robbed of a victory against Kings many years ago when they kicked a game-winning field goal, but it went through the uprights, and everyone saw it go through the uprights, and yet somehow it was still called a missed field goal. Many Sacred Heart alums and even non-Sacred Heart alums remember this game. Big shout out to Mr. Quattlebaum for teaching me this story. Polioni, he'll drop back to pass. Screen pass to Nathan Fox. Immediately wrapped up and taken down. Aaron Duncan, good job on the tackle.
Yeah, great tackle to prevent the first down for the Gators. And seems as if both teams are playing with chips on their shoulders so far.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Now, if there was a gain, it was nearly just a couple inches for Nathan Fox. Gators going to have to come out. Now, I think they're just out of field goal position right now, but we know both Nathan and Leo, the Fox brothers, have strong legs. Nico Polioni under center with bombed out in motion. Hand it to Morelli this time. He's trying to push through every yard he can get. And it's a good gain of just around 5.
Yeah, Gators keep giving it to him. A man you can trust that'll always get you some solid yards. And they will continue to give it to him throughout the game.
Now it is a strong running back duo of Cooper Karros and Maxime Morelli. Some compare him to Thunder and Lightning of that. Some say legendary. I say kind of mid USC football team back in was it 03? When did Reggie Bush play?
01? Sometime around then.
I don't know. It doesn't matter, but I mean, it is the truth. What's a good nickname for Cooper if Maxime's the truth? We gotta have a good work off with each other.
Secret.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and Gators with a little bit of gain as the clock continues to tick down past 45 seconds. Gators 3 timeouts. Not sure why they aren't using them. I don't know if there's something I'm missing.
Now it's 4th down. Nico Polioni is still out there.
So
with 24 seconds remaining in this game. And I guess they do not trust the legs of the Fox brothers.
yeah, you'd almost want to question why not just kicking an easy field goal here.
Fox in motion, Polioni dropping back to pass. Screen pass immediately wrapped up and taken down. Aaron Duncan hopping on Charlie Ford immediately with a failed screen pass, and a turnover on downs will go towards the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be blunt, but there was never a lot of separation at all, even before the ball was thrown. He had the man on his back, so not sure what the Gators were hoping for out of that one, but just a hospital pass on that.
Now 4 seconds left. Kings, they do have a good throwing game, so Gators are going to have to play in prevent defense right now to try and stop momentum from slipping away from them as they go into halftime.
Yeah, you have to wonder, why not just kick a field goal there? Or
now,
Lucas,
to be fair, it is quite a long field goal for both the Fox brothers. Like, I know, I mean, didn't Brandon Aubrey just hit a 64-yarder this past weekend in the NFL? Kings are just going to take a knee to go into halftime. But just stay on this point for 1 second longer, dude. I think that it's in this sizzling heat. Some would say it's going to be quite a long kick for either Fox brother, whoever steps out there to take the kick. But regardless, thank you for joining us for this first half. We will be going down to the Pulse dance team for our we were not going down to Pulse. Oh, we are going down to Pulse for our halftime show. There sadly will be no audio for some copyright reasons, but regardless, we're going to have a lot of fun watching them dance during our halftime show. Down to Pulse.
Welcome to the field. Carlos, what do you have to say at halftime?
You know, it was really a strong showing from the Kings Academy defense, really limiting the Sacred Heart offense. The only consistent piece of the puzzle was Maxime Morel, always falling forward at the end of each of his runs. Really the only spot of offense for the Gators.
Yeah, I think that Maxime would have a lot more yards if he didn't have some happy feet issues at the end of his runs. Just powerful legs, and I think he'll start running people over. As for Kings Academy, their passing attack is unstoppable. They have a couple very good receivers who are playing well, number 4, number 2, and it's going to be tough for us to stop that with their guys being so much bigger.
You know, the struggles for the Gators offense are complemented by some rough clock management at the end of the quarter, with lack of using any timeouts and no kick, ending the half with a screen pass for a loss of 4.
Yeah, the time management was not great, and I don't love the play call of the screen pass where the guy was clearly not open. Charlie Ford had a guy wrapped over his shoulders before the ball was even thrown. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. I look forward to the second half, Carlos.
That'll do it for us from down here. Back to you up in the studio.
Well, thank you very much to Carlos and Henry down by the sideline. Very blunt, but I'd say we have to agree up here. It's been a lot of mistakes going for the Gators, but they've been able to really utilize their defense this half, limiting this very strong Kings to only 7 points, and especially having their offense capitalize off the fumble to convert for a touchdown.
I mean, yeah, you love the honesty, but honestly, a great start for the Gators from their perspective, keeping it 7-7 to a team that hasn't conceded any points all season. And they're definitely going to be looking to limit that pass game from Kings.
Yes, I think it's going to be one of the keys to this second half. Adrian Barnett and Jaden Flores, 2 very strong wide receivers as we've seen in this game so far. Charlie Ford and Alex Ford are going to have to be able to really step up in their matchups today if they want to walk out with a win.
Yeah, as we saw Jaden Flores' massive catch in the end zone on top of Charlie Ford, I believe. And after that play, they're definitely going to keep going to him, and we want to keep focusing on that matchup as a big one.
Just some updates from around the nation today in some college football games. We got Auburn 10, number 22 Auburn, who has 10 points right now at Oklahoma 13. In a quite contentious matchup, Auburn with the ball down 3. Purdue and Notre Dame. Notre Dame currently leads 28-13.
Yeah.
And okay, what's your take? Should Notre Dame still be ranked right now?
This is the thing. I'm personally a Notre Dame fan, as my dad went there for grad school and my uncle went there. But, I mean, 2 losses against ranked teams. Keep in mind, though, ranked teams, but not top-ranked teams. Actually, Georgia, Alabama.
I'd actually honestly disagree. I'd say Cam Ward could be a possibly top team this year. I'd say Texas A&M definitely has some contention for the college football playoffs. But at the same time, you can't lose 2 games in a row to no matter who and still be ranked.
Yeah, I mean
24th, maybe 25th, but they were ahead of USC, who I personally don't like, and I still think SC should have been ranked higher.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean it's just gonna add like a renowned football program that Notre Dame has. Isn't something you'd expect them to lose to Texas A&M as a team who's not as known to be great in football.
Civil War took place up today in Eugene as Oregon State visited the Ducks and are walking away, nearly dismantled a 7-41 affair in favor of the number 6 ranked Oregon Ducks. Florida versus Miami, that is coming up in an hour and around 15 minutes. That'll definitely be a contentious one. 2 Florida teams going up against each other. Michigan versus Nebraska. Currently Michigan. Whoa. So, excuse me, I'll finish this. Michigan currently leads Nebraska 27-20, but Nebraska does have the ball and a chance to go down and tie the game up. In domination news, Kent State's losing to Florida State 52-7. Welcome back to 150 Valparaiso Avenue, Sacred Heart Prep Gator Nation Field. as we welcome you to a 7-7 affair as the Kings Academy Knights, who are currently visiting the Sacred Heart Prep Gators, are set to kick off to begin the second half.
Yeah, as Carlos and Henry stated on the sideline, Gators definitely going to keep going back to Mr. Reliable, Maxime Morel, hopefully getting some bigger runs, as so far they've been smaller increments.
Now Mark Grebe, he loves his game of inches, but is there going to be enough for him to walk out with a win today? It's a very common sign.
Wow.
Taken in by Cooper Karros.
Still on his feet and just taken down. Pretty good.
Nico Polioni and the Gators offense coming out to begin the second half with their first drive. They will sit on their 35-yard line. Polioni, Maxime, and Karros in the backfield. Polioni under center. Polioni now, he'll roll out to his right, looking for options, has time in the pocket.
Wow.
Delivers deep to a wide open Bomdod through his hands. Sasha Bomdod on what would have been a nearly 20-yard gain. Lets the football fly through his hands, and the ball will not move an inch after that play.
I mean, just a little overthrown on that one, leading him a bit out of bounds, but something you have to catch as a senior captain on this Gators offense. That would have helped them tremendously to start this drive and gave them a lot of momentum.
After the drop ball from Bomdod, Gators coming right back out with Bomdod in motion. They're going to give it to Bomdod this time. Trying to run around on the jet sweep, but taken down for a loss. Number 24, Drew Martinez, being able to fight through the Gators offensive line and take him down for a loss of around 2.
Yeah, on what could have been roughly 20-yard gain for the Gators last play, putting them around the 40-yard line, Kings' own 40-yard line, now leaves them on a 3rd and 10 or 12, I believe, in their own half.
This Kings passing defense has been quite effective this game so far, but Polioni is going to have to pull out an incredible pass right now. Facing pressure, pocket collapsing, big hit! Taken down, number 84, Junior Mendoza, hitting the blind side of Nico Polioni and pulling up a 4th down in long distance for the Gators.
Yeah, just blindsided with that one. Didn't even hear him coming nor see him, and you have to ask questions about the O-line there. Gave him a couple seconds, dodged a man, but definitely not how you want to start this drive, the first drive of the second half. Just think about what could have been if that pass was caught. Really the only big pass that the Gators were given a chance to capitalize on this half, as the defense has been doing a really good job stopping that.
Fox will punt it away. Duncan will come under it. He'll field it with Jaden Flores as a blocker.
Wow.
A big block from Justin Turner, and finally taken down, number 10, JP Durrett on the tackle.
Wow, massive block by Justin Turner. Not really necessary in order to keep the play alive, but just something you love to see. It's a big mister on the Gators sideline there, cooling their players down, something that...
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah.
I think we got to get one of those.
Honestly, for the booth up here, it gets a little hot sometimes when there's no breeze, but as we're pointing the camera to it right now, modern
Mr. Cam.
Yeah, you could compare it to the Dolphin Stadium and the heat that they give to the opposing team, just like here on Gator Nation Field. No mister I see for Kings.
He's going to have to take a run for it, and he'll fall. Ball comes out. Are they going to call him down, or are they going to call it a fumble going the Gators' way? Easily recovered by Marquise Black. And Ricky Gutierrez is being called down after a gain of 5.
Wow.
and staying Kings Academy ball.
I mean, I didn't see anybody touch him. Did you?
Well, I didn't see anyone touch him either. I think they're calling a slide contact down
Really?
so that he would avoid the hit.
Not sure. Seemed like a slip without somebody touching him. He fell to the ground. Wouldn't have really been considered down with that fumble. So, since they did call it a slide, would make sense. But bit of a scare there for Kings.
Duncan in motion. Twins out both left and right for Kings. They're going to have to pour it up the middle. Drew Martinez fighting off every tackle. Refuses to go down and tunneling his way through the Gators defense.
See Aiden Kahn for the Gators celebrating a lot there, even though they gave up some yards. So good tackle, but those yards aren't something worth celebrating for the Gators.
And as a review on that last play, they're saying, well, Lucas, I just want to remember, once you go down, you are down in high school football.
Oh,
you do not have to be touched. That's only an NFL rule. And actually, you can willingly go down in the NFL, and they will call you down. You do not have to be touched in the NFL. If you if you kneel, you're down. You don't have to be touched by contact.
It's good to know.
But in high school and in college, if your knee is down, no matter if you trip, if you're pushed, if maybe the turf monster grabbed you, you are down.
Hate that.
Gutierrez now facing pressure from Hansen. Being forced out, needing to make a quarterback scramble.
Wow.
Hansen will get to him, but not after he's able to save the play and pick up around 4 yards.
Great determination from Hansen. Still going after the QB scrambles out of the pocket and able to limit the yards on that scramble for Kings.
That's a heart of a kid right there. Jack Hansen.
Yeah, man.
I play lacrosse with him. He is definition heart and Sacred Heart.
Yeah, when he puts his mind to it, he'll do anything, putting all his effort in it, on and off the field.
Kings coming out now with a second down and around 5. Gutierrez, he'll drop back to pass. Immediately gets it to Duncan. Trying to be taken out. This is a real fumble. Oh! Duncan's able to get back over, but he fumbles again. The entire world trying to dive on the ball.
Wow, Aiden Kahn just all over that.
So, Aiden Kahn seems confident in the Gators having the football.
Ref's still not sure. Gators players jumping up and down. Oh,
Still fighting over the ball.
they're still fighting over it. This will be a tough call as, there's a
Flag's
flag
being thrown now. Maybe some words were said.
Given to the Gators.
Gators ball. Big play from the defense and taking back the momentum from Kings.
Wow. Big drive disruptor there. They were slowly marching, I was going to say, looking a little dangerous on this drive. And Gators just pouncing on that ball when it popped up. Some great determination. Looks to be an injured player for the Kings after that scramble.
He's back up. Nathaniel Vagris took a second to go down. But Charlie Ford, great job to cause that fumble after going up against Aaron Duncan. He had a great punch to the weak part of his arm and clearly did not have his 5 points of contact fully set in and was able to get that ball out. And then Aaron Duncan was a good attempt by him to hop back on the ball, but the Gators defensive line was able to force the ball out again and able to hop on it and retake possession.
Yeah, you have to wonder if these mistakes, all these flags, these fumbles, and these missed snaps, is it just the nerves of being on Gator Nation Field with this massive student section, or is it a question of what are these teams they've been playing that they haven't let up 1 point to so far?
Currently, the Gators are ranked 14th in CCS. Kings are ranked 17th. Yeah, interesting fact. I don't know.
Interesting fact, yeah. Scores don't mean everything.
And it looks like a lot of miscommunications on the Gators sideline.
Honestly, the wrath of these Gators parents are pretty scary. I can hear them from all the way up in this booth. I'd be scared if I was down on the field too.
Boyoni, after the miscommunication, going to have to move quickly, going to the line. Sends Bomdot in motion. He's going to hand it off to Morelli this time. Morelli, he has a bit of a push. Finally taken down, but not after a gain of around 8 yards, bringing up a second down and 2.
Yeah, great tackle by Kings to limit the yards on that one.
Maxime Morelli is going to take a stroll off the field. He's limping just a little bit.
It's not what you like to see. Gain of 9 there for the Gators as it sets up a 2nd and 1 on the Kings' 46-yard line.
Polioni under center.
Maxine jumping up and down in discomfort.
This time they're going to give it to Karros. Karros has
Wow.
a bit of room. Karros is still left after the missed tackle. Receives a block from Ford to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators!
What a run there.
And the birdies are now flying. And there is silence in the crowd all of a sudden.
Oh. Yeah, there's
Regardless of, regardless of the flag, Cooper Karros, excellent job to stay on his feet after the contact, and a great block from Charlie Ford to give him the extra space and room to run to get all the way to the end zone. But refs are now discussing.
Yeah, looks like Coach Grebe is signaling to bring his team in. Not sure what the call is yet, but great job overall by Cooper Karros. Looked like he was about to topple over out of bounds.
Now Jack Kenish, star lineman for these SHP Gators and friend of my religion class. Big shout out to my senior seminar class. He's signaling for the touchdown.
Yeah, looks like.
Yes, Eden Biegler's also in that class. Big shout out to Eden. Big shout out to both Michelle and Eden today, helping out with the scoreboard. And it will stand as a touchdown.
So still unsure what the flag was thrown for, but
so now after the touchdown, Polioni to hold and Fox to kick the PAT. High snap, brought down by Polioni well. And Nathan Fox remains ice cold in this sizzling hot weather, delivering PAT after PAT.
and now Gators take a lead in the middle of this third quarter. And it's looking promising, honestly. You'd have to assume where the score would be without all these mistakes, though, by Kings, honestly. Without those missed snaps, those fumbles, they were really dangerous, and it looked like Gators have just been bailed out every time because they didn't have a solution.
Yes, a lot of mistakes on this King side has given a lot of leeway to the Gators, but you have to give a lot of credit to a lot of the Gators in the backfield, especially Cooper Karros on that last run. He was able to break 1 or 2 tackles, and then great block from Charlie Ford to give him that extra bit of space to make it to the end zone. I think Kings did miss a tackling assignment, I'd say, or were too caught up by the blocking assignments from the Gators, and they were unable to bring down Cooper Karros. So the flag will be applied on the kickoff now, and Leo Fox is going to have to step back up. Oh, no, and now Nathan's coming on to send his brother off. Look at that.
You love that brotherly love. Seniority takes a part in this one, I guess. Nathan, a lovely teammate to have on my soccer team as well.
Our soccer team.
Our soccer team, sorry, Charlie. A little bit of a short kick there.
Brought in by Duncan. He's trying to find a little bit of space. Makes a good cut. Needing to be taken down. The arm tackle's not going to work. And every Gator trying to get around him. And finally taken down by J.P. Durrett, but setting the Kings up with good field position on around their 44-yard line.
Yeah, I believe it was Teddy Watson that almost knocked the ball free there, going straight. No body attempted, straight trying to smack that ball out. Unable to, as Kings are given pretty good yardage to start their drive here.
Aaron Duncan, one of the star receivers for these Kings Academy Knights, being on the field just a little long. He had a great return just on the kickoff, but it seems to be his legs taking a bit of tending to right now. He was interviewed by West Coast Preps around 6 months ago, and he said that his teammates are some of the biggest inspirations for himself, and that he continues to push himself every day, not for his own personal glory, but for the glory of the team.
Yeah, wow. You love to see it. You love to see it.
And in stressful times like these, we tend to turn to our best friends down the street at Bob's Country Corner.
Always.
Look at this beautiful ad. I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah, shout out to Baron Frolic for producing this edit for us. Beautiful cheese melt on that one and wrap.
Look
Wow.
at that great cut right there.
This one is not live, unfortunately, like the other one. We're not filming these clips of them enjoying these beautiful sandwiches currently, but
TJ O'Brien.
yeah,
He's
former,
in that ad. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Former
but
Gator star.
yeah,
for
grab.
basketball.
I was over there with Beckett, my friend. He grabbed a Red Bull.
Beckett's currently operating switchboard, not
Switchboard.
switchboard.
No, Red Bull. It would be. You know, within snacks and drinks, they have a very large variety where you would not find anywhere else at a regular grocery store.
So now after the injury timeout, Kings will come out with twins both to the left and right. Gutierrez will throw it.
Wow.
Diving catch made and taken down. Great job by Adrian Barnett to lay out for that one. And he will stumble for a second, but he looks to be okay.
Yeah, just a bit overthrown. If it was thrown right into his hands, he would have been able to pick up a significant more yards. Not sure what Aiden Kahn was doing on that play, hopping around, but he's definitely been very helpful for the Gators defense, coming up big and showing a lot of heart out there on the field.
So now after the heroics from Adrian Barnett, Kings will come out in trips to the right, and Jaden Flores will line up against Jack Hansen in the isolation on the left side. Gutierrez drops back to pass, throws it, just tipped, and could not be hauled in by Charlie Ford. Aiden Kahn, Charlie Ford was looking to intercept the ball if it hadn't been tipped by Aiden Kahn. Now, Aiden Kahn, it was a good play by him in reality. He didn't know Charlie Ford was behind him. The receiver could have been anywhere, so it was a good play from Aiden Kahn, but Charlie did not make the correct adjustment to intercept the ball. But overall, great defensive play from the Gators regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I think this has been twice where Aiden Kahn's been close to interceptions. A couple more inches on him, wow. 2 interceptions. Charlie Ford really close to coming up with a pick on that play.
Gutierrez, he'll hand it to Martinez. Martinez trying to find a gap through. Immediately taken down by the swamp of the defensive line. And only a gain of around 3 yards and another birdie flying. This could be really
Another
against
one.
anyone. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Albert Cesena for the Gators on the defensive line was turned around as the running back actually ran into the back of him. But then he flipped around once again, was able to help with the stop in the back there. A lot of confusion with the refs here. Oh, called against Kings Academy. And that will be sending them back 15 or 10 yards. 10 yards, I think.
That's 15.
15?
Wait.
Kind of hard to count. Yeah, that's 15
That's
personal
100%
foul.
15.
Yeah, personal foul.
We can do math up here at SHP TV.
Yeah, it's
Some of us at least.
hard to see the lines from up here. Now,
And a third down and
3rd and 25. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Gators going to look to go in the prevent formation, you'd have to assume, as they have twins on both sides.
Justin Turner
Running
on the
around.
sideline. A little bit of confusion there. Only 3 defensive linemen for the Gators. Gutierrez will drop back to pass. He's going to have to make escape. Jack Hansen is there to meet him at the gates to send him right back to whence he came. And it'll bring up a 4th down and way too long for the Kings Academy Knights.
Yeah, I mean, ran straight into Hansen's gap, and there's no way on earth that Hansen was going to let that QB run through untouched. As Gators will look to get the ball back here and increase the lead even more.
Now that's Jack Hansen right there. That's a lot of heart. He immediately closed the pressure, upon Gutierrez. And even with only 3 defensive line, you have to give a lot of credit to the Gators defensive line. They've been really holding these Gators in this game. They forced 2 fumbles, or technically two fumbles at this point, and been really holding the Gators in this game. Low snap this time, and not the best punt, but it will fall and it will roll and sit up around the Gators' 30-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying, I think In the first half, it happened too when Gators lined up with only 3 on the defensive line and were able to come out with a sack, and it just shows the true talent and force of this Gators defensive line.
So now Gators walking out Nico Polioni after the Cooper Caros nearly 50-yard run on the last drive. This could be a drive that could potentially ice the game. Gators have been holding a lot of the momentum, especially after that great stop on the last drive from Kings.
Yeah, definitely what you would say a make it or break it drive here. Gators, if they come out with 7 more, it would leave Kings with a lot of points that they would have to come back on in the fourth quarter.
Polioni drops back to pass, gets it off quickly. Immediately caught by Charlie Ford and taken down for a gain of around 11. And a first down for the Gators off their first play.
Yeah. That slant there was just wide open in the gap. Gave him a couple seconds of space that Nico Polioni was just able to utilize and get a quick first down for the Gators with 3 minutes 30 seconds left in this third quarter. On their own 42.
Polioni now under center. They're going to send Fox in motion this time. They're going to bring it back, rolling out to his right. Polioni delivers to Fox, brings it in off the bobble, and reaches forward for as many yards as he can get.
Wow.
A good 5-yard gain from Nathan Fox.
Yeah, just barely able to bring it on that one. Caught it with one hand and then brought it into his body with the defender right on his back. And just doing everything he can possible to get Gators closer to that Kings end zone.
Call the gain around 8 as a correction. And it was a great job from Nathan Fox. He had to juggle a lot of things going against him right there. Defender on his back, ball bobbling. It was a great job to bring it in. Karros will receive the pitch, looking for a gap, could not get it. Flag thrown and immediately taken down.
Yeah, looked like a block in the back from Charlie Ford. Just pancaked his man, honestly.
Good tackle by Josh Lee, but a holding will be called against the Gators. And after the great Nathan Fox heads-up play, it's going to force him back another 10.
We have holding against the Gators.
Forrest. Gators, all that work just taken away with one holding call, put back to their 40 with a 2nd and 12 now. Once again, for both teams, flags have just been big mistakes that cost them many points, you could say, throughout this game.
Staley in motion. Play action. Polioni, he'll give it to Karros on the screen pass. Trying to look for options. Fighting through the big hit. And taken down, only a gain of just around 2. Brings it up for a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Cooper Karros just lowering the shoulder, hoping to run through the defender, but a great job defensively just wrapping him up, pushing him out of bounds with 2:37 left in this quarter.
Gain of 3 yards on the play, 3rd down and 9.
So now after the gain of just around 3, it brings up a 3rd down with some distance for the Gators to make up. Twins out to the right. Gators lined up in their pro set. And whistles being blown. And another flag.
Wow.
My goodness. How much time have we wasted calling flags at SHP TV?
Comparably as much as the ball's been in play, honestly. It's just not what you like to see from both teams. Gators could be in the other side of the half at this point, but 2 in a row, moving them back. And honestly, just miscommunication and mistakes being a big theme throughout this game for both teams.
Polioni now for what was a 3rd and 9, brings up a 3rd down and 14. Gators needing to make up a lot of distance. Staley in motion. Polioni dropping back to pass. Looking for Fox on the sideline. Fox! Broken up by number 9, Jonathan Carlino Contrez. And great defense by Aaron Duncan on Nathan Fox. He couldn't fight through the double team and bring it in to get a first down. But it was a great, regardless, it was a great attempt by Nathan Fox. That's a really hard ball to catch.
Yeah, great attempt and also a great throw by Nico Polioni, placing it perfection between the two defenders. And Nathan had it at first, but just bobbled it as he came down and unable to bring it in, which would have been a very crucial play in terms of the game as a whole.
I think Contreras, the safety who came in to break up the pass at the last moment, he was able to read Polioni's eyes. His eyes were locked on that one-on-one matchup with Fox since the beginning of that play. So I think he was able to get a good read on Nico and make his way over to break up the pass. High snap to Leo Fox. Leo with a high punt. And it'll fall out of bounds. Nearly hitting the cameraman.
Yeah, hitting the Max Preps cameraman, but hopefully that'll be enough to limit Kings enough, doing as much as they can to stop this offense. I mean, for the Gators at least, it's only been two throws over 10 yards, arguably, that they've attempted this whole game. I mean, the one to Nathan and then that other one earlier in the second half. It's worth wondering if, do you almost, this late in the game, keep trying that or just go back to the run game?
So after forcing the Gators to punt, Kings will come out with a new 1st down and 10 on their own 40-yard line. Gutierrez will take it. He'll hand it to Contrez. Contrez looking for an edge. He's unable to find it. Missed tackle by Edenkan, but finally being brought down and a tackle for a loss.
Yeah,
by Atale Tau, but a flag being thrown late.
Definitely. I think it was due to the fact that Edenkan ripped his helmet off. Not necessarily a penalty. Could be unnecessary roughness. It wasn't a face mask because he grabbed it from behind.
He called it a face mask.
Well, there you go.
That's a generous call. I have to say that is a generous call, and I'm very sorry about that. That was
wow. That's look at that. I mean, could have been on their own 35.
With respect to the official.
But now on the Gators 45. So definitely a mistake there.
And it was a great job from the Gators defensive line and their secondary to get down to Contrez and able to wrap him up, but just unfortunate decision-making. These mistakes become more critical as the game progresses.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You could argue is pretty unnecessary there. He was already being tackled, and you just don't want to risk anything late in the game like that, really. There's just not a reason to do that.
Timeout being called.
Timeout. Oh, the clock. You have to wonder.
I saw the face mask he grabbed, but it was like fingertip. It was fingertip, and then he let go. And it happened early on the play. I thought he would have, like, if he was going to do it.
You have to, assuming that Kings Academy, if they were to get 7 more points on the board before the quarter ends, what do you think Coach Grebe and this Gators offense will look like going into the early 4th quarter tied?
Now it becomes a must-score scenario for the Gators in that position. You cannot give the ball back to this incredibly good Kings offense. Now they've been limited to 7 points, which for me has been a surprise and a pleasant one at that. The Gators defense really showing why they're a force to be reckoned with and are the reason and have forced a lot of fumbles and mistakes from the Kings offense. But if the Kings is able to put up another 7 points, it's going to come down to Nico Polioni and Mark Grebe to pull out at least another 3. Pocket collapsing. Gutierrez trying to escape the pocket. He will with a little bit of room to run. A good 13-yard gain. Making nothing into something like Heinz Mayonnaise.
Ooh, just like Heinz Mayonnaise. It almost looked like a foul when a fumble, when the pocket collapsed, but he was just able to find a gap through that offensive line and something that the coaches will be very pleased with in a great play.
Now that's so disheartening for any defensive line to nearly collapse the pocket entirely, but have the quarterback just escape through the one air pocket that you left open. It was a good heads-up play by Ricky Gutierrez. Gutierrez, he's going to hand it to Contras now. Contras looking for any room to makes a spin move and finally taken down after a gain for around 5.
Good job staying on his feet there. And you, looking at the Gators bench, Maxime Morel sitting down with his helmet off, drinking some water, but I'm not sure if he's gone in since when he was jumping on the sideline in discomfort. I'm wondering if he has enough in him to keep going in this game.
Now it could be just a call from Coach Grieve to save him if they needed him for an offensive drive, because in reality, I think Coach Grieve's plan would be to take as much time off the clock as he could and do slow the incremental runs that he loves and try and chew as much clock as he possibly can if he needed to. They're going to give it to Martinez. He's looking for a gap. He will find one, and being finally taken down. Big hit, number 30, Madden Mishra, the sophomore, who I coached on a next level flag football team a couple years ago, so I'm taking a little bit of credit for that hit.
There you go.
And new first down for the Kings.
Definitely was not a lack of technique on that hit. So, yeah, I'd give myself credibility if I was in your shoes too, because a great hit to stop the run there. As Kings Academy move to the Gators 24-yard line with 40 seconds left in this game, in
the third quarter.
Did I say fourth?
We said the game, so
oh,
that's okay. It's okay. 36 seconds remaining in the third so far. We're all good. You're doing great, Lucas. Gonna hand it to Martinez. Martinez looking for some sort of gap. Being taken down. Atalaya Tau on the tackle. And only a gain of just around 3 to 4 yards. Winds up with a second down and 6.
See Coach Grieve over on the sideline, hydrating, getting some water before this big last drive or two for the Gators offense, you could say, as now is where all the penalties, all the mistakes that both teams have been doing really add up to this point.
100%. I think the flags specifically for both sides, being Kings and Sacred Heart, have really hurt them and put both teams in what I consider a bad position. I think the Gators would be so close to winning this ball game if they were able to limit their penalties on the offensive side of the ball. And Kings, if they didn't have all those muff punts and all the miscommunications with the flags, they would be able to take control of this game even more and get the ball to their stars. But it's currently sitting as the Gators in front, but needing to make a stand right here.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of the last drive for the Gators, they were in around the Kings' own 40-yard line, and then due to 2 penalties in a row, they had to move to their own 30 and ended up punting to where they would have been without those penalties. So you think about it, could have been touchdowns from each team that they could add more of, and especially with those 2 fumbles that Kings gave up, like 2 wasted drives, especially the first one gifted Gators a touchdown. So
at 5:15, and the varsity squad at 6:30. Water polo will be in action for a West Catholic quad against the Valley Christian.
So as the fourth quarter begins, there are 12 minutes left for Ricky Gutierrez to find his way into the end zone with his Kings Academy squad and try and tie up this game. In the I formation, Kings are going to come out. I haven't seen this one before. Giving it to Martinez, pushing through the squad and fighting his way down for a near 7-yard gain and possibly a first down.
Yeah, just hiding behind that front line of the Kings offensive line there and able to squeeze in a few extra yards as they inch closer. And you'd have to imagine that Kings, at a minimum, will rack on 3 points here with well within field goal range, as a Gators player is on the floor injured right now.
Appears to be Jack Hansen. As I mentioned earlier, that's a kid with a lot of heart. So if he goes down, believe me, even if it's something serious, he'll treat it as nothing, and he'll be able to push through.
Yeah, and if he does end up coming off, I have to imagine it's pretty serious, as he would play through anything he can, as you said.
So we're going to update you on a couple scores from around California right now. MA is going to take on San Mateo at 7 o'clock in San Mateo tonight. Menlo Atherton yet to win a game this season so far. They've played some pretty tough teams and pretty tough opponents, so it's understandable. But, I mean, same position as Notre Dame. You can't really call them a good team until they get a win.
Yeah.
Menlo School, they improved to 4-0 last week against Mountain View with a 48-10 win. They are playing Northgate tonight at 7 p.m. in Walnut Creek. Can imagine that'll be quite the drive for the Menlo Knights.
Update on college football. Number 11, Oklahoma, still 16-10 over 22 Auburn.
And fighting through with the I formation. And it's going to be good enough for a Kings first down, it appears. Gutierrez kept the ball on a great QB sneak. Excuse me for the volume. He's able to push his way through, bring up a new set of downs, sitting on the Gators' 11-yard line.
Yeah, 1st and 10 on Gators' 11-yard line. Looking really promising here for the Knights.
Another I formation play from the Knights. They're going to give it to Martinez this time. He's unable to be taken down. Cooper Karros is going to have to make a tackle. He's not going to be able to.
And
Touchdown, Knights!
Big tackle from Aiden Kahn in the end zone, but unable to keep him out.
Drew Martinez fighting his way through every bit of contact to get to the house. And it appears Aiden Kahn's going to be down for just a second more.
Yeah, it looks like he's in a lot of discomfort over there. Not what you'd love to see.
But good news for Gators fans, despite Aiden Kahn being down, it is a holding against Kings Academy, and it's going to back him up to the 21-yard line. So the touchdown will be called back against Kings, but Aiden Kahn remains down. Appears something to be with his leg. Hopefully it's just a cramp, as we can see our trainer, our great trainer, Bobby. Big shout out to Bobby working on his leg right now. So after the holding, it brings up a first down and 20 on the 21-yard line.
Yeah, and Gators once again given a lifeline there, and will look to keep them only to 3 points here, as it's 1st and 20 now. And as both teams get a little hydration as the sun continues to beat down here. It's very sunny, not a cloud in sight around here.
Which was Aiden Kahn of SHP.
I think he was just cramping over there, yeah. Luckily.
I'll be done with this in a minute, I promise. I'm sorry. I know it's loud.
After the holding call against Kings, it'll bring up a first down and 20. Trips out left for Gutierrez. Aiden Barnett in isolation going up against Timote Fangupo. Gutierrez, pocket closing, gets it to Barnett. Big takedown from Cooper Karros, but Barnett able to hold through the contact. And Barnett is staying down for just a moment.
What a catch there, as another Gator is cramping once again.
And it looks like Barnett is back down on the ground. Goodness me, this son has taken so many players with the cramps tonight or today. Jeez, this is really unfortunate, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, another Kings player down cramping.
Still Adrian. Oh, there's another one.
There's another one.
Jaden Flores, their 3-star receiver.
Wow, I mean, you have to wonder how much Gatorade have the Gators provided? Are they running out? Because looks like they might need some more. Speaking about hydration,
Where does Gen 4's evolve?
All right, and there's still a player down for the Gators, so we will be right back after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after the injury timeout. Atalaya Tal, the hurt player for the Gators, stumbling off the field with the help of our trainer, Bobby. And it was after a big catch from Adrian Barnett. Brings up a 2nd down and 4. The 16-yard gain. They're going to give it to Martinez. He's going to try and push through to the end zone. And taken down by the defensive line of the Gators. Gain of just around 2 for the Knights, bringing up a critical 3rd down.
Yeah, a lot of commotion around the line. Multiple players still down. And looks like, no, he's getting up. Luckily, no more injuries, yeah.
Timote Fangupo took an extra second down on the ground. It's been quite an injury bug. I guess it, like a disease, is being spread around all out over the field right now.
Both teams, both sides of the ball, yeah. You do not love to see it. You do not love to see it.
Kings back to their I formation, ready for the scrum in the middle. They're going to give it to Martinez, looking for the outside, into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights.
It's been coming.
And no holding call is going to call it back this time for Kings. They will send out their PAT unit to tie this game up with 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in this ball game.
Yeah, that holding penalty earlier really just delayed the inevitable. Gators unable to stop anything coming from the Kings this drive, passing and running. And now we'll get to see how Coach Grebe brings his offense out with 9 minutes left.
And a false start against Cooper Caros on the PAT. I mean, I swear, I think it was Cooper. It was Cooper. It's okay, Cooper. We still love you. It was not a false start. Offsides.
Offsides.
Okay. On the PAT, I mean, was it half? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, Gators just doing anything they can to keep this lead, I guess, but.
I don't know how much that half yard is going to make for distance-wise. Oh, and it's going to make a distance.
That's what's going to do it. Yep. They're going for 2.
Justin Turner, 4-star linebacker. He'll take it out in the direct snap, trying to push
Wow.
but he won't be able to. Timote Fangupo, you will not get past him. You shall not pass.
Wow. Crucial tackle there. Yeah, I mean, with that 2-point conversion, they would have taken the lead, and now Gators going with 9 minutes and the ball with a 1-point advantage. So there's definitely going to be expectations from both teams that Maxime Morel will get the ball amongst the other running backs in the group for Gators, as they'll want to burn the clock as much as possible.
And now I think Dante Perez, coach of Kings Academy, I mean, dare he walk out and try a similar style to similar Nathan Fox style onside kick? I mean, you have 9 minutes left against an offense that really likes to keep the ball on the ground and really likes to churn the clock away. Could you possibly be in a position where you'd like to onside kick?
I mean, personally, I don't think that it's worth. They still have 3 timeouts.
That is true.
It's 9 minutes, but it's also 9 minutes. Gators, if they keep running it, hopefully Kings will rely on their defense to be able to stop as many first downs as possible as they do kick it off. Low kick down the middle, though.
We brought in Nathan Fox looking for room to run, and he'd be able to trip over the 25-yard line. And a fight between Rehan Mehta and number 8, Aiden Mexicano, who's been on the side of multiple fights today, or at least multiple scuffles. Maybe not fight's the correct word, but Birdie's fine because of the little bit of a scuffle. Let's see who the Stripes give the penalty to.
Yeah, it looks like number 6, Nathan Fox, comes off limping a little after that one. Straight to the trainers. As Gators get some extra yards on that play with the personal foul on the Knights.
And that'll be a free 15 yards for Kings Academy. Completely unfortunate play for them. I mean, there's really no point in getting into it. Rehan Mehta and Mexicano weren't even near the play which was occurring. And the extracurriculars, I mean, any coach will ever tell you this. Extracurriculars are only good for the Common App. They are never good on the gridiron.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That wasn't funny? You didn't laugh? No? Okay. I thought it was funny.
Kept it inside. Kept it inside.
Poglione now under center. He'll send bomb dot in motion. They're going to give a bomb dot on the jet sweep. Looking for a gap. Immediately taken away and taken down for another tackle for a loss. Great job by the Kings defensive line to get through. Number 61, Nathaniel Vagras, for his second tackle for a loss today. But he is looking down at his foot. He appears to be injured for a moment, and a birdie is on the field. A lot happening in that play.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, crucial play for Kings, stopping this in this big drive. I mean, the Gators have been taunting the Kings defense with putting Sasha Bomdod in motion many times per drive, and they finally do it, and it just does not turn out in their favor, losing a lot of yards in addition to the holding call that was just called on the Gators.
And it was declined. That's an interesting call from coach of TKA, Dante Perez. Now, I think he values the loss of downs a little bit more than he values the loss of yardage on that, because it's only a second down and around 15, where it'd be a first down and 20.
And we'll see here if Gators keep with the run game as they put Twins out left.
Poglione dropping back to pass. Has to get it off. Pump fakes. Looking for options. Delivers across the middle. Bobbled around and thrown down on the ground. Good deflection by the Kings defense. Justin Turner, he had a moment to come down with it, but fell through his hands. And it'll bring up a third down and 17. So overall, a good call from Dante Perez to deny that last holding call.
And not a lot of options given for Nico Puglioni there. He had some time. He went outside of the pocket and finally found a receiver. I think, did it bounce off his helmet?
I think it must have. I think it went through the hands of a couple kids on both sides of the ball, and it just wasn't able to be corralled in by anyone.
Yeah, you could sense the hearts stopped on many of the Gators fans as that ball flew in the air and was nearly intercepted by Kings.
Charlie Texter making his appearance in the game. He's about to make his presence known. Poglione dropping back to pass. Pocket collapsing immediately. And it was supposed to be a screen pass to Hunter Delinko. Nothing there. Hunter Delinko begging for a flag.
Yeah, not sure. Looked like a miscommunication there. Wasn't really looking for it. And now the Gators have to punt with only burning roughly 40 seconds on the clock that drive, and definitely not what Coach Grebe was hoping to get out of this drive.
Now it's an issue when you're down, when you're taken back that far and you need to throw, because once you start incompleting passes, you're not able to burn that clock. Aaron Duncan to return for Kings. Leo Fox in the back to punt. Fox with a nice and high punt that will roll out of bounds.
Yeah, just
on around the
straight out
Kings'
of
40-yard line.
Kings now going to take over around their own 40-yard line as that punt goes straight out of bounds.
And you're right, they didn't even waste a minute with that drive right there. Gators definitely not getting what they wanted out to what they wanted out of that drive.
And now Kings, looking with the favorable amount of time on their side. 8 minutes, 57 seconds on their own 42-yard line. Definitely going to be coming out. Lots of passes, I'd assume, trying to reignite the spark that they have on this offense.
Kings are going to line up in their tight formation again, trying to recreate the success they had last time. And throwing to Adrian Barnett on a tip throw, but he'll bring it in and force his way for another 13-yard gain and a first down for Kings Academy.
Yeah, this drive is looking to shape up similar to Kings' last one. Just not much coming defensively for the Gators. Unable to stop these decent gains through the air around 10 or 15 yards where it's just a catch and a tackle.
First down and 10 for the Knights. Setting Turner and Junior in motion. They're going to give it to Martinez. Flag thrown and immediately bitten at the ankles. Great tackle from number 7, Alex Ford, to deny a gain of any yards.
Tackle by number 7, Alex Ford. Penalty on the play.
Yeah, as a flag is thrown on that play, definitely a big stop. Alex Ford doing anything he can. Illegal shift against the Knights that the Gators declined.
Clock will continue to run after the great tackle from Alex Ford. Second down and 10. Knights in their gun formation. I feel like Gators are the only ones that don't run in any form of gun formation. They're going to give it to Martinez. He's looking for any room to run. Being taken down at the line. The swamp of the O-line. Rising and taken down. Martinez for a loss of around 3 yards. Alberta Sena Real making his way through the line and taken down for another great tackle for a loss.
Yeah, 2 big stops by the Gators here, setting up a 3rd down and 11 around halfway. And it's kind of crunch time. It's now or never here for Kings. Without a first down on this, they're left with a lot of room to work in.
Gonna have Imagine Kings are going back to the air. Looking downfield, open, Aaron Duncan with the catch. Makes a tackle, breaks another one. Wide open fields and spaces for a touchdown. Knights. And the air has just been deflated here at Gator Nation Field. That quite an unfortunate play. Gators, they had a great 2 plays before that, allowing for only 1 loss of a yard. But after that, Aaron Duncan, great catch and breaking 2 tackles, able to push through the secondary. Had wide open spaces in Antarctica, as the Penguins of Madagascar like to say, and easily takes it home for a touchdown.
Yeah, just Kings sideline just erupted after that play. Definitely a surprise for the Gators defense. Like you said, after those 2 big stops, just unfortunate. Many missed tackles on that play, and now it's looking a lot brighter for Kings as Gators will soon set up for a very crucial drive.
Gators offense went nearly nowhere, only lost some yards, and they had a 3-and-out forced.
Yeah.
Kings offense currently discussing whether to go for 2 or not. If they went for 2 and it was successful, they would push the lead out to 7, and they wouldn't really risk anything if they didn't go for it, considering it would only be a 6-point game if they made a PAT and a 5 if they missed a 2-point.
Yeah, you have to assume they're going to come out for 2. And talking about the next drive for the Gators, you never know what Coach Grebe has up his sleeve. A lot of trickery from him, special plays. We've seen it a lot last season during Valpo Bowl even against the Menlo Knights. Couple trick plays, so I wouldn't count them out yet.
And the 2-point team coming out for the Kings Academy. Gutierrez and Martinez in the backfield. Trips out to his right. Barnett in motion. Snap. Screen pass immediately. Barnett going to have to make a tackle. Will he push through? He will not. And it will remain a 5-point game. And that's a little bit of momentum that the Gators needed. Great fight at the line. Number 11, Aiden Kahn, coming in to tackle Adrian Barnett. Now, those are two big bodies going up against each other. And when an immovable object and when an unstoppable force meets Aiden Kahn, that unstoppable force is stopped.
Yeah, great job holding up the back, waiting for the rest of the team to join him in, stopping that play. And now you'll see some momentum here from the bench and the crowd getting into it and looking to push their team across the finish line for this drive.
In the junior college football circuit, see College of San Mateo, 38, American River College.
You know, now, Charlie, is when the mister comes into play here. This late into the game at 4 o'clock on a Saturday in September here in Atherton. Definitely something that the Gators bench are thankful that they have. Now, I'd be sitting in front of that the whole game if I was down there.
All right, well, now it's another big drive for the Sacred Heart Gators. They've been in positions like these. Can Nico Polioni find his clutch factor and take a win home for the Gators? Another low and bouncing kick.
Wow.
It's going to be fielded and immediately taken down.
Interesting tactic there.
Jason Moran will take it in and immediately fall on it, I guess. Yeah, I mean, good
it's
for Jason. Great job, Jason. We love you.
If you go back to high school rules, like you were talking about, once you're on the floor, you're down immediately. So he just wanted to make sure he had the ball and that it didn't bounce around.
There's another flag on the field.
Wow.
Jeez, I mean, how many flags can a team get in a game, dude? I mean, this is just getting kind of a lot. And it seems stripes are pointing towards the Kings side. And a false you can false start? He passed, according to our rules analyst Carlos McBride, he passed the kicking line before the ball was kicked.
Just if I was the Kings coach right now, I would not be very happy with my team. Just something this late into the game, just a really stupid mistake. And now, I mean, Gators, they'll retake the kick, I believe.
From like 5 yards back. Seriously?
Yeah, I don't know what the
I feel
point
like you
of
just could
this.
have given it another 5 towards the Gators. I mean, we're not the refs. We don't criticize the refs. Thank you to the refs for showing up today. It's hard to get refs these days.
But, yeah, interesting rules around here.
Okay, another low kick. It will be fielded by Jason Marin again. He'll bobble it, actually, and it will come up with the Gators and Nathan Fox.
Wow.
He's got a bit of room to run. Taken down on his backside, and he will land at the 36-yard line for the Gators' make-or-break drive.
I mean, it helped the Gators a little bit, gave them some extra yards there. Little confusion on the rules with that interesting kick, but questions could be with a high school record with the amount of flags thrown this game. Like, every drive from both teams, it's just a lot. I mean, we could have been looking in the 40s or 50s, honestly, with points without these flags from both teams. Could have been a lot more high scoring of a game, honestly.
Polioni now. All eyes on him. All of the lights. He'll hand it off to Bombdot in motion. Going for a reverse to Nathan Fox. Fox turning on the Jets. Gets a block from Polioni. And a good run for around 11 yards. And a new first down for the Gators.
Yeah, just how I predicted it before. Coach Grebe loves some trickery. He keeps them plays in his rule book, in his playbook, and unleashed it at the perfect moment with the double reverse.
Gators now sit on their own 49-yard line. Now, I mean, you got to love that from Mark Grebe right there. He's really pulling out every trick in the bag to try and deliver a win this afternoon. Bombdot, he'll go in motion again. They're going to give it to Karros this time. He's going to try and punch his way through. And taken down immediately by the defensive line. Only a gain of around 3.
Tackle by number 0, Justin Turner, and number 7, Josh Lee.
6 minutes left on this play clock. Wondering if the Gators will look to keep slowly draining it. You have to find a balance, gaining yards and dragging the clock. And we might see some desperation throws from the Gators if Kings defense comes up big.
Bombed out in motion. Polioni dropping back to pass. Delivers quickly. Tipped away. Good defense by number 6, Jaden Kwan. Pass intended for Nathan Fox. It was a good idea from Nico Polioni. Just released a little bit too high and in front of Nathan Fox. Kwan was able to hop on that ball and send it away. Brings up a 3rd down and around 7.
Exactly. With a play call like that, you know, you just have to place it right into the chest of your receiver, and that's just not what happened. It was too high and could have been an interception if the bounce was right.
Gators now with probably the largest and most important 3rd down this game. Nico Polioni bombed on in motion. Dropping back to pass. Rolling out. Has to give it to Bombdod. He's going to have to make quite a run. Breaks a tackle. Finds some room.
Wow.
Gets the first. Breaks another tackle. Has room for the end zone. Running across the field. Big push. He won't make the tackle. Bombdod to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! Can you believe it?
Wow! Just a miracle play, to say the least.
I can't even explain what I've just witnessed. That was incredible.
Wow.
Sasha Bombdod digging as deep as he possibly can.
Wow. Sideline to sideline, ran across the entire field and just making the most out of that play as possible. What a play.
And a missed tackle. He was nearly taken down for a tackle for a loss for round 3, but no, he broke that tackle. He then broke another tackle, broke some kid's ankles, and broke a million more ankles, and made it all the way to the end zone.
Yeah.
What a play from Sasha Bombdod. I can't even fully explain what I'm experiencing right now. This is incredible.
I believe that was Nico Polioni's last read as well. Just a simple check down, which turned into a massive play. They're going for 2 here.
Polioni rolling out to his left. Has to get it off. Pressure facing, throws it. Texter, wide open, end zone. 2 points for the Gators and a 3-point lead. Going in with 5:30 remaining in this ball game.
Yeah.
My goodness, the pendulum is swinging.
Wow. Instant impact for Charlie Texter. Wide open there in the end zone. Nico Polioni hesitated at first. Charlie just sat in the pocket there, wide open for a while, and it fell right to him, increasing the lead to 3 for the Gators with 5 minutes, 24 seconds left on the clock.
We eat lunch with that guy.
I do sit next to him in class, and he was telling me lots of anticipation coming into this game. Something we'll talk about for a while now. Crucial 2-point conversion there for him.
Gators now, if there was ever a drive to clutch up on, it was that one. But their defense, which has been the storyline today, is going to have to come out and show them why they're the storyline for today. Can they hold this Kings offense for the next 5 minutes and 30 seconds? Leo Fox setting himself up to kick. Aaron Duncan and Jaden Kwan in the back to receive for Kings. Gosh, I mean that might possibly be the greatest moment we've ever captured on Sacred Heart Prep TV.
Yeah, I mean, glad the Get Sports Focus Media team is here for this one, as an insane play that will be played on our highlight reel for years to come.
Duncan's going to receive it around his own 4-yard line. Trying to look for a gap. Has a bit of room to run, and finally being taken down at his own 20-yard line.
Great tackle there by number 18, Drew Parker, the junior, as we go into 5 minutes left almost in the game.
With 5:15 left in this game, and the Kings offense stepping out on the field. What do Ricky Gutierrez have and Dante Perez have in the bag to possibly pull out against this Gators defense to take the lead back?
And you just have to expect they're going to come out throwing the ball. That's been their biggest threat so far this game, and something that the Gators have been having trouble dealing with, those 10, 15-yard passes. There's only one receiver on each side.
In the I formation, they're going to give it to Martinez. No, not Martinez. Contreras. And he's taken down for a loss. Timote Fangupo slicing and dicing his way through the defense. And speaking of slicing and dicing, let me tell you about Bob's Country Corner and their incredible sandwiches. Can slice up any meat, can slice up any cheese, can slice up any offensive line, just like Timote Fangupo.
Yeah, even serve wings, pasta,
They serve wings?
salad. They serve wings.
They serve wings.
Chicken tenders, corn dogs, you know, anything they'll have. And anything they don't have, Isa, I'm sure, will order some for you and get it there in no time.
Big love to our friends at Country Corner. Trips out to the right of Gutierrez. 2nd down and 10. And flag thrown. Jeez, another flag?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first play of the drive. Not much of a
Second play,
surprise here. Second.
It's okay. We love you.
me.
We're good. You're good. You're great.
Yeah, just, I mean, this coach has to be ripping their head off.
And a big 5 yards going against the Gators for the
Yeah, against
offsides
them.
call. That's disappointing for the Gators. That leaves Kings with a much more manageable 2nd down and 5.
Gators fans and Kings fans sitting on the edge of their seats, most of them standing now in anticipation here.
Gutierrez, he's going to hand it to Contreras. Contreras trying to find an edge. Taken down just before the 1st down. But taken down inbounds for a gain of around 4 and bringing up a big 3rd down.
Great tackle by Alex Ford, ending the play early. Straight for the waist. Some call him AF around these parts. With a 3rd down and 1 with 3:50 left on the clock. And this is real crunch time. I know I've said it before, but most important time in the game that the offense has to come in big as they crowd the middle.
Gutierrez going to try and push his way through.
Not a lot of movement there, honestly. Still rolling, but he
And
didn't gain that
Barnett's
much.
pushing for a 1st down.
Ref still waiting to call it. Might bring out the chains. Some people are saying short.
And he is short.
Wow.
We are holding the fist up, signaling a 4th down and inches for the Kings Academy Knights. You can imagine Dante Perez is going to have to keep his players out on the field if they want to stay in this game.
I mean, you have to imagine they're going to do a tush push, honestly, at this
A
point.
very similar play to the last one, at least.
Very
Gutierrez,
similar play.
He had a successful tush push quarterback sneak type of play earlier in the game. So I can imagine they're going to try and do the same thing again if it
They're
is
bringing
called
out
the 4th down.
Chains are coming out, making sure. Let's get a chain cam on this one. See what the ref calls. It's definitely short is what it's looking at. Yep.
And short
Just
by
had to make
a couple
sure.
inches.
4th and inches, the refs are saying. As everyone is ready for this big play here. You know, one of the most exhilarating games in SHP football history that we've streamed so far.
All momentum, all contention, every bit of feeling is palpable at Gator Nation Field. 4th down and 1. Gutierrez, he's going to hand it to the fullback. Will he get it? Justin Turner is denied. Shall I say it again?
Refs yet to make a call. Oh, that's a
They're going to
generous
have to make another one.
placement. And it looks like he might have got
And
it.
a 1st down for Kings on that run for inches.
I mean, you'd think to bring out the chains at this point. It looked like a generous placement, honestly, but they're given a 1st and 10. Gators bench were hyped up after that one. Really sure they got to stop what the refs say otherwise.
That was close. That was one of the closest calls we've seen all game. Gutierrez, he's dropping back to pass now. Looking for options. Throwing downfield to Barnett. Right to Nathan Fox. Intercepted. Flag on Wyatt Staley. Fox is going to have to return this one, and he'll slide.
Looks like there was a pass interference of some sort on Wyatt Staley.
our rules analyst, Baron Frolic, is saying the ball has to be a catchable ball. The refs are going to have a discussion about this for what the official call will be. It was definitely a little bit too rough from Wyatt Staley down in the field.
Wow, it's called a pass interference. Interesting call there, even though it wasn't a catchable ball. And, I mean, really detrimental mistake there by Wyatt Staley. Gators could have just won the game there with that interception from Nathan Fox. And just unfortunate, to say the least, that this drive will keep going.
So bringing up a first down and 10 for the Knights on such an unfortunate play. Gutierrez was right to Nathan Fox. Adrian Barnett just took a little bit too much of a hit from Wyatt Staley. Gutierrez, he's going to go play action to Barnett. Barnett, he will drop that pass. That's incomplete.
Nearly intercepted there by Wyatt Staley.
That's
Almost got it. His get back. And once another important stop here from the Gators.
So that's it was Wyatt. You're right. Calm down. It's right. You were right. It was right. It was Wyatt. It wasn't Tao. You were right. I'm just saying, you were right.
All right.
So after the incomplete pass to Adrian Barnett for his second attempt in a row right there, it brings up a second down and 10 for the Knights on the 49-yard line of the Gators. Twins out to the left of Gutierrez. Barnett in isolation against Hunter Delinko.
Interesting.
Gutierrez dropping back to pass, delivers a quick one, unable to be brought in by Jaden Flores, a little bit too high. He tried to go for it with one hand. Great basket defense by Aiden Kahn.
It almost looked like he slapped it down to end the play, which is a smart call. Don't want to risk an interception this late into the drive and in the game.
A big third down and 10 for both of these teams right here.
A lot of commotion. Tensions are definitely rising on both sidelines. Both the bench and the coaches are getting really into this as we're looking at a photo finish.
Twins out to the left and right for Gutierrez in the backfield. Mems in motion. Gutierrez dropping back to pass. Pocket collapsing, having to take him down. Canton and Marquise Black combining for the sack. Can you believe it? The Gators defensive line, they have been the story today, and they will continue to be the story because they are not letting Gutierrez have an inch today.
Wow.
Bringing him down for the biggest sack of the game for a loss of around 5 yards.
What an important sack that was. Now, fourth down, late into the game, a lot of yards. It's looking like a 4th and 12.
Yeah, it was not a lot of 5, excuse me for that.
Yeah, and now
4th and 12.
4th and 12. Gators, everything matters here. You don't want any silly fouls, nothing like that.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Gutierrez twins out to his right and left. Dropping back to pass. Escaping the pocket to his right. Throws it to his right. Jaden Flores and caught for a first down. A late hit by Cooper Carroll.
Wow.
No bird flying.
Yeah, ref has a flag in his hand. Some unnecessary extracurriculars there by Cooper Carros. Already down for multiple seconds and just a push out of pure anger, you'd have to assume. Wow, the parents on Kings Academy very mad.
No, and a flag called.
Here it comes.
It's going to be a late hit against Cooper Carros and the Gators.
Screaming for that flag. Wow. Yeah, and just a
and a free 15 yards. That winded up a, say, 13-yard play into a nearly 30-yard gain. It's going to put the Kings Academy on the 23-yard line of the Gators. So in field goal range per se, but you got 1:40 left and a new set of downs.
Just an immature flag on that one, and something you can't do this late into the game, this close to the end zone.
Trips out to the right. Gutierrez Pocket collapsing. He's escaping to his left. Hansen coming to him. Take him down, Mr. Jack Hansen. I love you, Jack Hansen. Aiden Kahn coming with the assist on the sack. And a big play for the Gators on that one.
Yeah, Aiden Kahn taking all the glory for that one. But what a play by Jack Hansen. Selfless man there, and 2 very crucial sacks in a row by him.
Now, we mentioned it earlier. He went down with a bit of an injury, but we said he's gonna have to like not be able to walk if you're gonna keep him out of this game. Jack Hansen fighting through every bit of pain, tear, and blood to stay in this game. And I'll tell you why. If you just watch the last play, he is running through that offensive line.
Yeah, look forward for SHP TV. Next Friday, we will be streaming both girls flag football and boys varsity games, and we will against Carmont, and we will be doing our Gator Game Day, a remake of the ESPN College Game Day. Make sure to pop out for that one. Tune in whenever you can. It will be a long stream with the game day desk coming between those 2 games.
Second year in a row we've done it.
We're
really proud of it. We hope you all can join us for then. If you're not going to join us in person, of course, I think we'd rather have you in person cheering on our boys than on the stream. But if you can't be here in person, we love for you to join the stream.
Yep. Show your support.
But regardless, it's going to bring up quite a long second down and 21. I guess a flag must have occurred after the Jack Hansen sack. Pocket collapsing again. Gutierrez is going to have to escape. Throws it deep to the end zone. Flores, incomplete. Ooh. Alex Ford, the no-fly zone. Mr. Air Force denying any UFOs in this area.
Yeah, nearly a sack. Really good job to escape the pressure on that one. And Alex Ford lucky that Flores was unable to come up with that one. Very close to a touchdown for the Knights.
So after the incomplete pass to Jaden Flores, it'll bring up a big 3rd down and 21 for the Kings Academy. Twins out to the right and left of Gutierrez. Gutierrez in the gun, dropping back to pass. Hansen getting to him, throws it away, tipped. Nothing there for Aaron Duncan. Aaron Duncan, excuse me, dropped incomplete in front of him, and it brings up a 4th down and 21.
Nearly intercepted by Madden Misra. And, yeah, now a 4th and 21 for Kings. 1 minute left on the clock. Game if Gators are able to stop this, and they will definitely be going into a big prevent as a flag is thrown.
And that might be against Kings. Number 61, Nathaniel Vagras, who's had a great game on the defensive side of the ball, is throwing his arms up in air in protest.
Looks like he's complaining to the refs.
Delay of game against the Kings. Will move him back a big 5 yards, bring up a 4th down. No, excuse me, unsportsmanlike.
Wow.
And that's going to move him back.
Wow.
A big
Once
15
again,
yards.
These flags just killed it. I mean, they had a chance with the 4th and 21 with some very strong receivers, but now you have to imagine.
It now falls into a prevent defense for the Gators.
Yeah, wow. Just really poor flag on that one.
As my grandpa used to say, this is the whole game right here.
Yeah, and Gators' big thing here, no flags, no mistakes.
No mistakes can be made. It's not even mistakes as a football technicality-wise. It's mistakes in the maturity-wise.
Yeah.
You have to be able to keep your head right now. You have to know the context of the game, and you have to be able to play through. Trips to the right. Single out to the left. Gutierrez in the back to pass. Pocket collapsing on him. Gutierrez has to launch a heaven ball. Way out of bounds. Incomplete. Gators take over the ball. 2 timeouts for Kings Academy, and a minute left in the game. Flag thrown on the far side. Possibly against Jaden Flores for some unsportsmanlike conduct.
Gators bench holding their breath after that being thrown.
And even if it is against the Gators, it occurred after the play, so they would retain possession of the ball. They would just be moved back.
Yeah.
And they're pointing towards the Gators sideline. Gator side of the field, say.
Flores seems very upset after that play. Could be unsportsmanlike conduct again, but you never know. Yeah, pointing at some Gators players.
I think he's asking for the ball.
That would be true. Yep, and Gators will retain possession as the bench is overwhelmed with joy as it's looking to close out as a Gators victory.
The beat the traffic call start. The bench is getting electric. Minute left. Not enough time for Kings to do anything. And it looks like the Gators are going to pull out with a win for the first time on SHP TV stream.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators on the Kings Academy 38.
Yep. Gators coming out with a first down and 10. They're going to hand it off to Carroll. Immediately taken down in the backfield. Number 61, Nathaniel Vagras, for another tackle for a loss.
I mean,
And a timeout immediately taken by Kings to stop the clock.
so they just used their second timeout. One left for Kings. As slim as the time is, you have to imagine if there is a chance. I mean, all Kings need is 3 and a couple big stop here. So there's always a chance.
As the Gators host the second annual football tripleheader under the lights.
55 seconds left for the Gators
At 5:30.
here at 150 Valparaiso Avenue.
If you can't make any of those games, you can always catch SHP live on your mobile device. Just search youtube.com and search SHP Athletics.
Gators student section,
It'll be 2nd and 12.
not very loud right now at this point in the game. Kind of,
Second down and 12 for the Gators on the Kings' 40-yard line. Set up in a tight formation. They're going to pitch it out to Karros this time, trying to get any room that he can, and he's eaten up immediately by the Kings' defensive line. He'll pick up just around a yard, and it brings up a 3rd down and 11. Timeout immediately taken with 49 seconds left.
yeah, Kings Academy defense doing everything they can to salvage this game. Not many scraps left here as 49 seconds left on the clock. And Gators come up with this 3rd down.
And fans, upon the conclusion of today's game, please be concerned with the stadium. Please keep Gator Nation Field
So Kings have no timeouts left.
any trash you have
Yeah,
at the receptacles provided on your way out.
There's 49 seconds left in the game. The play clock, there, I believe, we don't have it up on the scoreboard just for purposes because we actually can't see it, so it's not fair. But it is around a 40 seconds clock to snap.
yeah. You have to think, even if they get the ball back, it would be roughly with like 10 seconds left and in their own 20 if it's a good punt. So not much life left, and they're just hoping for a mistake.
And welcome back to Gator Nation Field, where your Sacred Heart Prep Gators currently hold a 3-point lead and the ball with 50 seconds remaining on the Kings side of the field. Now it is a 3rd down and 11. A big offensive play is going to be needed to ice this game out. But if the Gators are able to play strong and without mistake, they are going to be able to win this game. And they're coming out in the victory formation. Nico is just standing up in the backfield now.
Holding the ball.
And he will go down finally. Wasted a good 5 seconds right there. And they're going to have to bring out the punt team. So you have to run out. You have to chew down the entire play clock right now. Gators still have a timeout. Now I can imagine it's either Mark Grieve is probably going to want Leo Fox or Nathan Fox in the back to punt. Maybe Nathan, slightly bigger than his brother and with a little bit more experience if he needs to make a tackle. They're going to walk it down to under 10 seconds.
Wow.
Timeout by Mark Grieve. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left, excuse me. A Gators 3-point lead on the Kings' 47-yard line. 4th down and 20 to go. But if Gators are able to hold strong, this could possibly break a streak for SHP TV.
Yeah, and you just hope out of the Gators that this late in the game with this much on the line, nothing silly, no mistakes, no flags. We've said this before, but as we saw with Kings in their last drive, some very unfortunate mistakes for them as I think they put 4 seconds back on the clock.
So 4 seconds left on the clock. And be sure to stick around for the after-game interview with with our player of the game who is unable to be named yet. It's going to be a big surprise, trust. And I think the play is for Nico Polioni to try and run around for 4 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Not even
Nico stands up, running all the way to the back. And it is game. The streak is over. Achievement has been fulfilled. SHP TV has streamed a game in which your Sacred Heart Gators have won a football game. I can barely believe it. But my friends, with the help of Mark Grieve, Nico Polioni, and every player on the Gators team, we have reached the promised land.
Yeah, great determination shown by both the coaching staff and that deep bench by the Gators, pushing their team over victory in a crucial win that will set them up for a big run in CCS this season.
So now, Lucas, before our post-game show, what can you say was the turning point in this game? What can you say was the moment in which the Gators knew that they had this in the bag?
I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but the big momentum shifter itself, that massive, roughly 60-yard play by Sasha Bomdad, which was initially a simple check down, Nico Polioni's last read, and then turned into a massive play ending in a touchdown for the Gators, giving them a lead late into the game.
Now, Lucas, what can you say for Kings Academy going into their next game? What would you say they need to do to fix and try and pull out a win next week?
I mean, without all these penalties and those long snaps over the kickers' heads, it could have been a relatively comfortable victory for them. But just a lot of inexperience and immaturity shown by this team. Some unsportsmanlike conduct calls, a lot of offsides, false starts, and just something that's hard to coach, honestly. It just comes down to players and mental focus. That is something that I'm sure they'll hear after the game from their coach, which cost them brutally.
Yes, they will be visiting the Palo Alto Vikings next week to try and get out a victory. And, I mean, you have to give a lot of credit to everyone on the Kings team. Justin Turner, Jaden Flores, Adrian Barnett.
Yeah. Great
players on that Kings Academy team. But the Gators today, who would you say was their turning? Who was the best player that really made a difference for the Gators tonight?
I mean, I'm going to give it to two people, Jack Hansen and Nathan Fox. Great job by both of them today. Last drive for Kings, Jack Hansen coming up with 2 crucial sacks, showing great determination. And in the first half, we seen him ran away from the line to track down the QB, and without him, Gators wouldn't have been as successful in terms of limiting that pass offense. And Nathan Fox, an interception that was called back, some great plays defensively and offensively, and with some big kicks just pushed the Gators over the line to close out this win.
100%. Jack Hansen, we mentioned him earlier in the game. Talk about a kid who puts the heart in Sacred Heart. He could not stop fighting today. He went down with a bit of an injury to, I want to say, his right quad. But we said he would have to be immobilized to keep him off the field because he just has that much heart and that much care for this team. His father, who is a coach on the Sacred Heart prep football team, he's clearly expressed how much of a fighter he has built Jack Hansen into be. I've played with Jack in lacrosse over my past 2 years with him at Sacred Heart, and I can tell you from experience, he is such a force to be reckoned with, and he has such determination and refuses to give up. So excellent job from Jack Hansen today. And you can see, and I want to point out on one play, he and Aiden Kahn combined for a tackle, and Aiden Kahn came out to celebrate because, you know, Aiden, he's got that dog in him. He loves to celebrate. He loves to keep it going. He loves to get the energy up. Jack Hansen was very humble about it. He was very humble about his sack. So, yeah. Great combination from those two.
Exactly, and just like what Maxime Morel said when I talked to him before the game, big theme of becoming one family and teamwork. And as you see, praying after the game together as a whole, you love to see it as we send it down to our Bob's Country Corner player of the game, Sasha Bomdad. Down to you, Thomas, in 1 minute.
Thomas, down to you.
What's going on, Gator Nation? I'm here with our player of the game, Sasha Bomdad, running over 40 yards for his receiving touchdown, really flipping the momentum for this game. Sasha, what was going through your head on that play?
You know, Kings is a great opponent. You know, fortunately, we were able to beat them twice last year, but we knew they had X on our backs, and they were out for revenge. On that play, I saw the corner drop. He wrapped up my ankle, and I saw all their teammates pursuing on me. I realized I had to get him off my leg. After I broke the tackle, there were a bunch of other Kings players coming over the top, but they were treating far right. I just realized I had to go left, and sooner or later I found myself in the end zone.
How did this team battle through adversity? It was such a back-and-forth game. Touchdown scored on both sides, lots of flags, a very physical game. How do you guys fight through and just continue to stay together? You
know, there was a lot of talk before this game about the outcomes and the results. A lot of people were doubting on us, but through hard work and resilience and a great week of practice, our team was able to push through after the second half and really steal the game.
Thank you so much, Sasha. Here's your Player of the Game award. Enjoy the win, man.
Thank you, guys.
Back to you at the desk.
Yeah, great job by Sasha Bomdad. As you saw in that big play, a big force for the Gators offensively and very deserving of that Player of the Game award. What did you think of him today?
I thought Sasha had an excellent game, especially, as we mentioned with Jack Hansen, their refusal to give up. At the play he was talking about where that defensive back had dropped to wrap around his ankle, he stayed up and continued to fight on. And he hit that switchback to go across the field to just narrowly make it to the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. Sasha had that refusal to give up today, and that's the reason why he is our Bob's Country Corner player of the game.
And before we close out, I'd like to give one big thanks to our entire SHP TV team, production team, and without them, none of this would be possible. Thank you once again. And without our sponsor, Bob's Country Corner, this would not be possible as well.
Yes, thank you to the folks down at Bob Country Corners, as always. And for our final time signing off tonight, we have to give a big thank you to everyone in studio. Myself, Charlie Van Dyke, and Lucas Moretti, we were your commentary host tonight. Becca Jones, absolutely legendary switchboard operator for tonight. Forrest Jensen, our adult moderator and camera crew helper. Thomas Clemens, Baron Frolic, and Carlos McBride, all helping to produce and film today. Big shout out to our scoreboard people, Michelle Parsons and Eden Beekler. Big shout out and Allie Wiseman. Alice Schwartz, excuse me, not Wiseman, Schwartz. Big shout out to Henry today. He was part of the sideline crew. Who else am I missing? I think that's pretty much
Mr.
it.
Jensen, yeah.
I know I said Jensen. Oh, Luca as well. Luca was also part of the sideline crew. I think he had to dip just a little bit early. But Luca, thank you so much. Yeah, Henry, I think that's all we're going to do for you today. This has been SHP TV with my commentary host, Lucas Moretti. I'm Charlie Van Dyke. We will see you on Friday for Gator Game Day against Carlmont. Good night.